we go. Already Wednesday. Flat
Get
F
your helmets
Wednesday.
on.
Yeah. Are we doing helmets for the other games, or just that's kind of
Find out tomorrow.
okay?
It's your thing.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
stay tuned.
I'm not going to tell Picasso how to paint.
Well, the show is a presentation of Bet365. Player props, game props, totals, the money line, whatever your bet is, never ordinary at Bet365. They put their helmets every day, all day, 24/7.
Never stops.
Download the app, get it in the game. You must be 19 years of age or older. And we're going live. And as we are live, if you're in the YouTube chat, you're following along. You're a keyboard warrior in there.
Voice the message these days.
You're like, these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm going to get in there, and I want the world to know. Well, you're going to have to put some money down, because otherwise it just sits there and no one sees it.
Or the other.
We don't pay attention to it.
We don't.
Yeah.
What?
So sorry about that. Bit of a little look behind the curtain there. But yeah, the money.
We're all about the kids.
Money will go to the youth centers of Calgary if you do that.
Yeah, instead of just run your mouth and help the kids.
As we get going here in the McLeod Law LLP studios, Rhett's phone is dead.
What?
Odd. I charge it every night. I'm very strict. This has got my routine.
Strict charging.
Yeah, strict charger protocols. Did you have something distracting you
Well,
last night around bedtime?
I find it odd that people run around the house the next day. Oh, my phone's dead. Well, why don't you charge it overnight? Makes sense, right? Then the phone.
Remember J-Boy? That was kind of his thing. We'd be at work in the morning, like 6 a.m. He's like, "Oh, I need a cord. Does anybody?" It's like, don't you charge your phone overnight? He's like, "Well, no, sometimes." So just feels like
it's
that's
a good time to do it because you're not using it.
Yeah, generally you're not
How
on
about
it.
J-Boy coming by last
Good
night?
to see J-Boy.
God, it was good to see him. Oh,
yeah.
Felt good, like an old sweater.
So no, I wasn't distracted by anyone or anything last night.
I was sometimes like, I better plug my.
Oversight.
Well, babe, I was just going to plug my.
All right.
Well, I guess
away
not.
we go.
I got to spend from 5 till 9:30, 10 o'clock, 5 hours at the Shane Holmes YMCA last night. So that was good.
And back at it this morning.
Never stops, Ryan. I'm a giver.
Which one is that? Is that the Seaton? Is that
No, that's Brookfield. Shane Holmes is way up in the north. I don't even know if it's northeast or northwest because you kind of come around the top of the city.
So
It's far, right beside Bear's Paw.
Yeah, that's northwest. That's like the end of Crowchild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold, crisp. Dean, you go up there.
More
you
altitude, Dean.
Bring an extra jacket.
Bring a
I'm
layer.
telling you, everyone said the same thing.
bring a sweater?
Or one of those heated
Yeah.
vests.
Yeah.
The battery powered heated. What's wrong with that?
A little soft.
Good technology. You use a computer nowadays? Or do
Yeah,
you
not
use
to
a
keep me warm.
fucking typewriter?
You know what I'm going to do?
Now you got me swearing.
See, I was going to just to cheer everybody up. Look at this. Mandeep. Oh, baby. Finally tuning in live. Been way
Deeper.
too long. Hello, Flames Nation. Hello, Mandeep.
Man.
Deeper.
Deeper's been around forever.
Yeah, he's a day oneer here.
He goes back. He's one of the
And
old.
he doesn't have idiotic comments. I don't read the comments very often.
He's pretty rational for
Yeah.
a fan.
Yeah.
You know, he did offer to take Rhett to his mom's for dinner.
It wasn't me. It was
Sent him
us.
food.
It was kind of a you thing.
Rhett entirely shut him down.
How
and
can you
just ghosted
spin this
him.
BS that it was a me thing?
It was-
I'm
it
the
was
one
all
that
a
said
you
I
thing.
like
We can
that.
ask Deeper.
He did not say, "Do you, Rhett, want to come over?" He
that's
said,
what he
"You
said,
guys want to come
Said,
over."
hey, Rhett, you want to come over and try my mom's
No,
food?
it's not. It's just like these idiots. They say, "Oh, you left. We were starting a podcast." There was nothing started. Just behind the scenes,
Well, if
behind the curtain.
You
thing.
had started nothing. That's true.
That's part of his fact.
Oh yeah, you had hard plans. Well, you had a microphone and a computer.
Did it
That's all you
start?
need.
Did it start?
Only because we partnered up with someone that
Got
negotiation didn't start till a month after I'd been gone.
Right.
Anyway.
I like the tone today. Everyone's a little chippy.
It's a little chippy.
We're
I'm not
ready.
going to take his shit today. He's trying to back people into corners, and because he didn't charge his phone, and he's up too early, and he's like, "Geez, I'm hungry." I'm not putting up with your shit. Eat some food.
I do eat
Sometimes.
on Mondays.
Today is.
Wednesday.
Have you eaten?
No,
Okay.
I never
That's
eat
all I
breakfast.
was saying.
I don't eat breakfast.
It's like, geez, when you're getting up at 5 and you don't.
I was making an observation. It was very early, and it's if the later you get up, the less eating breakfast matters.
Yeah.
But when you're up early, then we used to get up and be downtown by 5:30.
Oof.
Oh God, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're idiots.
You know what? And I blame you two asshats for that as well. That's all your fault. I was
Yeah,
not
probably.
interested in doing it, and you somehow
You were there before I got there.
you
I'm gonna take
drugged
no
me.
credit.
You drugged me.
You were drugged.
Hooked on.
Yeah. Phonics.
I think it was a self-induced stupor you put yourself in, though.
Hooked on
Yeah.
fame and fortune.
So much of it, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't
Are you that voice from AM radio? Why, yes, I am.
So is this where the magic happens?
It's just a dump in the Northeast.
Oh, remember that studio? Oh,
With some
my
air conditioner
God.
belching
We're
out
all- Yeah,
piss into
there
a
was
bucket.
3 years off our lives for sure. Just poison.
Yeah. Gross.
Oh,
Ew. Can you give us a new? I feel like it's appropriate.
Ew.
looking up at those
Ew.
vents that had mold dripping out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just black soot around the vents.
Like, do we need a chimney sweep here? Is that a thing anymore?
Yeah. It's probably not a good thing. You know who else was a fan from back in the day who would text the show in that? Jackie Boy.
Jack used to
I think that's what he's
text
told
us.
you. I don't know that he actually did that.
He was just pumping
He's
tires.
just trying to get
On the
hired.
radio or on the streams?
On the radio.
On the road again.
On the text
Is that
line.
accurate or inaccurate, Jack?
That's RJ.
Inaccurate. Thank you.
I think I did a couple times.
You absolutely did, because I recognized the name
Jackie Bear?
when you applied for when you were like, hey, I'd like some of that fame and fortune. Those guys
Sign
have.
me up.
Similarly, he
And
fell,
how's it going for you?
fell prey to it.
27-year-old depressed bachelor.
Not funny.
Let's go to the
I
show.
had to yell at Jack before the show.
Were you yelling at him?
Well, I was
Yeah.
What was it that
kinda-
you said?
I was trying.
No.
He needs leadership and guidance right now. This poor young lad.
It's true.
I don't know why anyone would give that other than you. No one had a
man.
better mid-20s than Brett
I had
Warner.
a good mid-20s.
What did you say the only thing I should be worried about is?
I'm not sure. It's
Come on, Rats. Don't hold back on us.
can all get taken care of down at the.
Yeah. Get you straightened right up. We're going to talk to Noodles coming up in a couple
Thank
minutes.
the good Lord.
But first,
We're gonna go through.
while we're taking shots at everybody,
Mhm.
you know, Pinder's up.
Oh, good.
There's a thing that's called loud wrong.
Yeah, I think I've got the market cornered on that shit.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Pinder is a
knew
loud
it.
wong guy. If you barrel through with enough volume
Just
and confidence
hard
in your
confidence.
takes or your thoughts,
Yeah.
It's got to be true.
some people either won't have the energy to bother to debate, or they just, oh well,
Oh, he seemed really confident. He
seems
must be
really
right.
confident.
Yeah.
It came up yesterday,
Mhm.
and again, I was not nearly as confident.
Mm.
I was confused.
You were confused. It was like,
But again, because there's the delivery.
Sweden, Finland, they're all okay.
It's NSF. Like that's what you used to get on a fund or when your checks
A
would
lot.
bounce.
I had that. Yeah.
So it's Norway, Sweden, Finland. That's how you remember the order of them. And then tucked underneath is Denmark. But everyone thinks it's the NSF, which is the Scandinavian countries. That's incorrect. It's just that I might have had the ones that actually were Scandinavian countries.
This kind of came in yesterday.
So.
Classic Pinder moment of being confidently wrong.
Loud wrong.
Scandinavia is Denmark. Norway, Sweden, Finland is not part of Scandinavia. The term to use when referring to those four countries together is the Nordic countries.
Which I did point out. I just had my
Yeah, you just
I just had Norway for
So
Finland.
he's
You had
still-
both
so he's
terms.
still trying to be right.
No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
it's like
still
Walker.
trying to
It's
be
like
right.
Walker with his betting. It's like, well, it was the right
sharp
play,
money was there. It was the right call. Yeah, that's,
but it lost. Yeah, but it was
the,
the right.
the sharp money was
Yeah,
there.
it was the
bet.
right play.
It was the right bet. The game just had it wrong up.
No, I had it. It was wrong. No, it was. I had it. Oh,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
Finland's way up there. I thought
You know
Finland
what?
was
I
closer down
like
to
the
Sweden.
fact checking. We can't have misinformation out there.
That's
or
true.
Mal. Or
Hold us
Mal.
accountable, you
Never been a
turds.
fan.
And then I had this one come through on
Mhm.
Twitter. Hey, Dean, I'm not sure enough attention was paid to this comparison that was made on the show, but this is a shovel if I've ever seen one. As you were, and you know, it happens sometimes.
Mm.
You get rolling, and you're enthusiastic and this and that. Or Arturi Lehkonen, you were really excited about Arturi. You know, this guy's great. He's a star player. You know, this,
Abs,
that's
good in front of the net.
and we had talked about, you know, he's like Dave Andrechuk. You made kind of like, he's like Dave Andrechuk.
Yeah.
And this fella said, It's a shovel if I've ever seen one. So he went to the work.
Shovel.
Let's see
Goes to the net.
do we have the Arturi Lekkinen? He kind of
Do we
went
got a heat
through.
map for him, or what do we got? See where his goals are coming from?
Arturi Lekkinen has scored 24 goals on power plays in his career. Okay, so
That was not the comp.
it's more than me. You know, it's not bad.
It's not 240.
It's
Do we have the Dave Andrechuk? Because that was the comp that you had kind of brought up.
Yeah.
274.
No.
There's a 2 and a 4.
Now listen, Ovi and Nadrchuk don't play similarly at all, but they both did get a lot of goals in the power.
There's a
play.
2 and
he
a
was
4.
right. Again,
Yeah.
he's still right.
No, I'm
He's
a big
telling you
Lekkinen
that he's
fan.
right.
I am. He's a dirty, go to the heart area player.
Got it.
There's not a lot of room on that Avs power play. Too many bloody stars.
Stop talking. It's time for the Insider Hotline. A presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100, crystalclearcalgary.com. As we are,
How many Dave Andrechuk tucks did this guy?
how many tips and rebounds
Oh,
did Jamie
look at-
McLennan
look
give
at
up?
Look at that
sunroof on
moonroof. That's bigger than a sun.
I'm trying to figure out like the best angle here. Is that it, or what? Like,
They're
what
all
is
good.
it?
We're in it.
Just
Like, should I go this way, or is that better?
Ooh.
Ask Jack. Is this
No,
the
you look
better
great.
angle,
Leave-
or
leave
do
it
I
right
turn
there.
my phone?
Leave it right there.
That
Yeah,
looks
Jack
fine.
likes it,
Beautiful.
Jack likes this. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know where you joined us, but the boys are explaining how I've got a special gift. If there was an Olympics for loud wrong, I might be representing Canada and a strong threat for the gold medal.
I did hear. Were you comparing Lekkinen to Dave Andrechuk?
Well, so that was even the secondary one. The first one is I was very cockily pointing out that it is not Norway, Sweden, Finland, the Scandinavian countries, but then went and listed 3 countries that were also inaccurate. I got 2 of the 3 correct. So
well, maybe that geography wasn't your strength in school.
it
but
kind of
num-
was. That's what's embarrassing.
That's the thing, yeah.
And I've been to 2 or 3 of those countries. But the Lekkinen comp was that he goes to the net. It wasn't that he was a power play beast. So
Fair enough.
back me up on that or don't.
Put it this way. I think Lekkinen is a really good player and very underrated. And he plays with balls. Like he's not a big guy, but he plays big going to the net.
And Dave
And he will
Andrechuk
take-
is second all time in NHL
No.
power play goals.
That's
Dave
huge.
Andrechuk was a building. He literally was a building. He would just sit there and people would bank it off of him, or he had great hands around the net. Lekkinen is a speedster. He gets underneath your skin. He's got good hands, but he can score from distance because he can shoot in stride. Andrechuk, literally,
Didn't have a
it
stride.
was go out and put him in front of the net, and that's what he did. Tim Kerr and Dave Andrechuk were the exact same mold. They were just buildings that with a right shot stick that they attached to it, and they scored 500 plus goals. That's what they did.
I was going to say, can you do that anymore? Because I was going to bring up Tim Kerr, and then of course you had Ryan
Dino.
Smith was really good at it. You had
Dino Cicerelli.
the guy in Detroit.
The mule, for Johan Franzen.
Johan
Nope.
Franzen,
Don't
my
bring up
buddy.
that guy.
Yeah, don't bring that guy up. Suspension impending.
Thomas Holmstrom was good at it
I was
too.
going to say Holmstrom, the other.
Yeah, I mean, different players and different eras.
know who
Nowadays
had a
you have
good-
to be
sorry,
able to
James.
get there.
I'm jumping on you. Is Pavelski? Remember Pavelski was just
But if you
Tiny
look at
bit.
Joe
Bird.
Pavelski, arguably the greatest tipper in the
Yeah.
history of the game, and he worked with a skills coach named Ron Johnson, I believe his name was, out of Vancouver. I met him at a goalie seminar, and what was happening is, the goalies were getting ahead of the players because they were studying the players and they were having seminars in the summer, all that type of stuff. What happened recently, and I'll call it maybe the last 5 to 7 years, the players are working with skills coaches, and the skills coaches are studying what the goalies are doing, and now they've gotten ahead. The top players are getting ahead of the goaltenders because guys like Ron Johnson used to talk about quadrants of the net. You get the puck, you're just shooting it towards a quadrant. You're not trying to pick a corner. It's like upper right quadrant. And that's that type of stuff. It was really interesting to hear him talk about it. So, Joe Pavelski, I think, and having played against Tim Kerr, having played against Andrechuk, all of these guys, he might be the greatest tipper that I've seen in modern day. I'm sure there's others, but he was one of the
Cicerelli
best.
was awesome.
Who?
Dino.
Dino
Ciccarelli.
Ciccarelli. And Dino had some issues off the ice, I remember. and I don't even know
He
the
had some
context
issues
of-
on the ice as well. I believe there was some stick swinging and some.
Yeah.
Couldn't cross the border there for a short period of time.
Yeah,
It was hot.
Dino had I think he took the garbage out to the corner or something, and I don't know what happened. It was not good. I think there was like an indecent exposure type of thing. But at the end of the day, he was a hell of a player, and he was a guy who could get underneath your skin.
I don't think, to answer Dean's question, I don't think you can play that way because the sticks break.
Like the tipping or the chopping
The
or what do you
tipping,
mean?
well, the chopping too, but I don't think you can make a career out of standing in front of the net and just tipping pucks because I think the sticks break when you do it.
It's fair, but I'll say there's guys that are good around the net. I'll give you an example. I watch Brady Tkachuk every night. Brady's really good in that 10-foot radius because he's a moose. And Mikko Rantanen, guys who are 6'4", 230, defensemen can't
You
I
can't
feel
move
like
them.
the defensemen nowadays have been rendered like they've taken away a lot of the tools, Rhett. You can't slash on the feet. You can't slash on the hands. You can't cross-check in the back. Ray Ferraro always says this, and the reason why I want to bring it up, because it's not my saying, but Ray used to, stand in front of the net, and he'd get cross-checked 5 times, and the ref would be yelling, okay, that's enough. Can you imagine a guy chopping wood or cross-checking 5 times before you get the ref's attention? Like, that's what it used to be like. Darian Hatcher, Richard Matvechuk, those
Your
guys,
boy Prongs.
Chris Pronger, they literally chopped wood for a living. Prongs could make a tape-to-tape pass. The other guys couldn't. But, the difference is the game has changed for defenders. So what I mean is if you're big and strong and you're a moose that can get to the front of the net and take a little bit of a beating, you can have success. There's a guy, Zach Hyman,
I was
go
just
to
gonna
the
say
net.
Hyman's one of those guys goes to the net. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a different game, though. So I'm going to defend you, Pinder, because it's a different game, but I know what you mean. You got to be able to go to the net. That it's just the beating that you take is different because those guys back then had to wear. Craig Simpson talks about how he had to wear like basically a mattress taped to his back because he used to get cross-checked so many times. So, think about it. It's the game has changed, but certainly that skill set around the net, it's if you've got it, you're going to get goals.
I was at my kids' hockey last night, and one guy had his sleeves pulled up like this, and I was salivating going, oh man, you would be getting it so bad.
Yeah. Chris Pronger would have chopped his arm right off.
So you're
Clean
giving
off.
me a
It would have
target.
laid on the ice. I've told you that story a million times. I'll tell it again. I remember we were playing Tampa. He came to the bench because Selivanov from Tampa cross-checked Prongs, and it was on the power play. He was standing in front of the net on the power play, and Prongs was killing a penalty. And the puck came shot from the point, and at the last second, Selivanov cross-checked Prongs to box out, and Prongs got hit by the puck. He came to the bench, and he said, I'm going to kill that Russian next time I'm on the ice. He went out there, and I watched him break his arm flat out with a slash in that one area, exactly what you said, Rhett. That little area between the glove and the elbow pad was exposed. He turned and chopped him. That guy, not only did his arm break, but like his legs gave out because I guarantee you the pain went right through his body. And he dropped like he was dead in front of the net.
How many games did Prongs get?
There was no penalty involved.
He
There
broke
was
the guy's
nothing.
arm, and there was no penalty nor suspension.
There's a lot going on.
I remember Prongs telling me, and I remember that because I think Phil Esposito was the GM in Tampa, and I believe Selivanov was like his son-in-law. Like I think he married, like there was some, and it was, I'll never forget it. Like Prongs, like that was a vicious little chop there. And he said, take that with you if you're going to cross-check me. And it didn't go well for Selivanov. Put it that way.
The thing with Prongs, I don't know if he's
Just do it every
verbalized
shift.
it, but it's like if I take a penalty every shift, they're not going to call all of them. It's like so he would get a percentage of the of the
Him
penalties.
and Al McInnes, they took a penalty every shift, and while they were taking a penalty, they would be yelling at the ref because somehow the guy was causing them to take the penalty.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it was, those two had it down. I mean, they were. There's a reason why they're in the Hall of Fame. They're arguably some of the greatest defensemen who ever played. You know, you think about how fortunate I was to, you know, look up and see Pronger and McInnes. That's like Pronger and Niedermeyer type of thing. That's how good they were. But, you know, they were vicious back then. In a game, the game's different. In a time where you could be vicious. Put it
Single
that.
ref system even makes a
catch him
change.
looking the other way.
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
tell you, Pronger was one of those guys from the moment he got there, because he was so big and so strong. Supreme confidence from day one.
Mhm.
I am the best one in the building. Prove me wrong. I'll be loud wrong, maybe. But just the way he carried himself, the way he talked in the media, the whole thing from start to finish, you could not rattle Chris Pronger in any way.
Yeah. He was, you know, it was a treat to watch because, you know, as talented as he was, he backed it up with work ethic, because that's the thing. Like, there were guys. I mean, Brett Hull was amazingly talented, and Hully just knew how to play. Hully was one of the smartest players I've ever played with, like cerebral. Like, he'd sit and do New York Times crosswords every morning just for fun and finish them. Like, that's how, you know, smart he was. And Hully knew where to go on the ice, and he had the talent to back it up. Prongs had that, but Prongs had another gene that was mean. Like, he had that ferocious, like, you know, he played for
Reg.
keeps, put it
But-
that way.
but
He
at
had
the
an
same-
edge.
But
Yeah.
calculated, right? Not like, oh, snap show and loses it. And
No.
like he was
No.
just, he was like cerebral,
Dark arts.
vicious.
Yeah. Yeah. He was special. Like, and, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be friends with him for many years. And, you know, anything he does in a different way. He's always been a calculated thinker and thinks outside the box. So it's interesting. We have some great conversations, because if I look at something one way and he sees it differently, like, it's interesting to see the way, you know, his mind works. So it's pretty cool. Like, he's, you know, arguably, like, I'm very biased, and obviously I know he played in the era of Nick Lidstrom, but I thought Prongs is one of the greatest defensemen who ever played, because he had Lidstrom type of qualities, but he had a meanness. And, you know, I think he was suspended 9 times in his career, and probably had another
like-
nine that he wasn't called
Yeah.
for.
Broken arm.
You know, yeah, like that type of stuff. But it was, you know, he's a special player. And, you know, around this time, you start to think of guys like that, the Olympics, because, you know, I remember him calling me, I guess, would it be 2002, right? Is that the Salt Lake?
Yeah.
They had just won, and, you know, for some reason, he felt like he could call me, which was cool. It was really neat to, again, not experience it with him, but be a teammate or a friend of his when, you know, he was going through that process. Like, what did they do in 98? I can't remember. Was that
Nagano.
yeah,
Lost
that
to the
was-
Czechs, Hasek in the shootout.
that's right. I
Thank you, Mark
remember.
Crawford. We needed to see Ray Bourque out there and not Wayne Gretzky.
I remember Al coming back, and, you know, Al had said, you know, he wished he took a slap shot at Hasek's head, because he was so good. Like, Hasek was
unreal.
ridiculous. But I remember Prongs calling me after the 0-2, and you know, it was pretty special. He gave me one of his game-worn jerseys and signed it for me. I have it in storage. It's, you know, when you think of things that you picked up along the way, that's one of my coolest keepsake. I have a signed Kobe jersey. I've got a Pronger Olympic jersey. I've got a stick from Mark Messier's last game, because he gave all of his teammates a game-used stick. He used a different stick every shift, which was pretty cool. So he gave us all a stick. So I've been able to, you know, along the way, pick up some pretty cool stuff. But Prongs' jersey's right up there with you know, some of the best keepsakes I have.
Can I add some fake drama to our conversation?
Ooh, fake
Sure.
drama.
What do you got?
I got 2 things for fake drama, because we can pretend they're a big deal. The Canadian women's team got snot bubbled again last night.
Yeah.
The World Junior team hasn't won. We won 4 nations, but she's tight.
Yep.
Is the Canadian model starting to wane a little bit, and the American approach taking over here? They do things a little bit differently. I like how they do it down in the States. Is it that dramatically? I'm trying to make something probably out of nothing, but
I don't think you are.
The depth the Americans have compared to the Canadians is significant.
I'll go a step further, Rhett. Am I concerned that the U.S. beats Canada if they play in the finals? Yes, because when I look at it on paper, clearly the Canadians have the three best players, in my opinion, which is McDavid, McKinnon, and McCarr. But after that, I look at the goaltending. Obviously, we know where people are at with that. On paper, you could argue most countries have maybe a little bit more depth or a little bit more comfort level there. Although I like Logan Thompson, I like Darcy Kemper, and I think Jordan Pennington has shown that he can play in big games. So we'll see what happens. But the defensive core for Canada, outside of McCarr, I think is really good. But you look at on paper, the U.S., when you're looking at, Quinn Hughes into Werenski into Jake Sanderson, into McAvoy, into Faber, like there's a six-pack that scares the hell out of you because they can move and they're all talented and they all compete hard. I love Parayko, I love Doughty, but I mean it's thinner.
Just as a side note, that son of a bitch Sanderson could be playing for the Canadians and his damn dad. Call his dad again. What the hell?
It's not. Listen, I will never, I don't understand the whole well, I do, but I don't. Put it that way. My understanding is that they chose the U.S. program, but there was some bumps in the road along the way through minor hockey or through other things. So my point being is you're right. Sandy could be playing for Team Canada, but I believe that, it comes back to the junior system, comes back to things there. I think the U.S., I'll come back to your, whether fake outrage or whatever. The U.S. has caught Canada on a lot of different things. Their program doesn't worry about, and believe me, I have to be sensitive in nature here. Canada has made their bed on some things here. I'm just going to leave it on that. Okay. Yep. But I think what's happened is they're still chasing that, and they're still that's still hanging over the program instead of just, developing great players and worrying about all of that. There's a lot of hoops that they are going through now because of the mistakes they've made in the past. And where these other programs, and you could argue all the other programs have really caught up, Sweden, Finland, Czech, Slovakia, a lot of Germany, some of these programs have really progressed. And you look at it, I look at that German team, there's not just one player on there. There's 4 or 5 that are really good players. The Czech, the Slovaks, so if Canada has stayed the same, everyone else has come up. And that's where I kind of
Canada
feel like
staying the same, and it's not so well. It's all of the above because Hockey Canada wants to be involved in everything, so they have to be responsible for everything that happens. And I'm not talking about the sideshows. I'm talking about developing players, how the Americans. I bring it up to everyone. The year of birth. Why can't we just play year of birth? 09s play 09s, 10s play 10s, 2011s play 2011s, 2015s play 2015s. Why are we combining that? Why? And I'm serious. This is a self-serving somewhat. I ran into Colin Forbes outside the rink the other day. I ran into Robin Regier outside the rink the other day. And I've run into various guys that have played high-level hockey outside rinks.
Yeah.
Not allowed to help.
Really?
Not allowed to coach. Not allowed to coach. Period, stop, exclamation. Not allowed.
Why?
Parent.
Well, wouldn't you want a parent who has pedigree there?
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's
now
the point I'm making. It's an idiotic thing, and that doesn't make everyone that played a great coach. But there's something to be said about trying. If I want science, probably Einstein's the guy I should pay attention to.
Right.
Yeah, but his dad did this thing. He's not allowed to.
Oh, his dad.
You know what's funny?
He's got a kid here. We can't use him.
I'll go a step further. And you guys know our dear friend Jerome McGinley has produced 3 great hockey players. And he was a coach in Kelowna, and now he's involved with the Flames. But when you think about it, when I picked Jerome's brain about hockey, he said something to me years ago, and it stuck with me. It's pretty interesting. He said, because I would tease him about geez, you're just you're a crazy hockey dad. And he would laugh and say, you know, Jamie, hockey's my business. And I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, my dad was a lawyer. He goes, my brother's a lawyer, my sister's a lawyer. He goes, it's the family business. He goes, you know what? You know what my family business is? Hockey. He goes, that's what I was trained in. And it's really interesting to think about that because his expertise he can pass on to his kids. Why would I not want Jerome McGinley to help out in coaching? Why would
How
I
about
not
Robert
want...
DeGreer cruising around the rinks? And no, he's an idiot.
Yeah, like it. Now it comes back to, again, the mistakes of the past in Hockey Canada. I'm not going to gloss over them, but I think what is there a rule? Again, my son's 8, and he's just starting to get into the craziness of the GTA here in Toronto and stuff like that, right? And I'm the other way. I literally, I just found out about a month ago, which is the coolest thing. There's a boy on my son's team. His mother was Prince's guitarist, which is like Prince, like
Yes.
The
crazy. Yes, Prince, like
Purple Rain.
which is unbelievable. It's just a really cool story. But that family is like they're musical, and they just show up and they hang out. They're not inclined to like force feeding and crazy parents. And so I talked to the dad the other day, and we were just talking music and hockey and how it all ties into each other and stuff. It was neat because I think you come to the rink and you should be able to sport your children, but like at 8, there's parents that are bringing cowbells and screaming at other kids and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? And is there a rule when kids get older, like you can't change around each other and you got to do all these things? Like, is that happened, or is that, again, I'm not
Talking about flybys?
you're not allowed to be in the room with kids that are like, you have to have more than one coach and there's a changing and
like
stuff.
there's some rules. And I get
Hockey can't, that's true. Hockey Canada a couple of years put in the fact that you're not allowed, you're supposed to wear your Under Armour to the rink.
To the rink, so you're not.
Right.
I
Like,
don't
it's
know.
just-
That I
how-
didn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
I don't think it was adopted by the smaller governing bodies here, but yeah, it was a thing
I
somewhere.
understand that, they're trying to protect the children. Understand. Listen, I played junior in the Graham James era. One of my best friends played on that team. It's I get it. But I think when I look at it, the raw hockey pack, the package that they're putting together, let's not forget the best players are still Canadian.
Not
McDavid's
goalies,
Canadian.
but yep.
But you're right. But I do believe we might be in a down cycle, but I do think there's a chance. Maybe Joel Hofer is the next Marty Brodeur.
I'll sell that.
Like
Pinder's not sold, but I just think that in general, like I said, am I fake drama? Somewhat, but there are things where it's like, this is interesting and doesn't seem right. It seems dumb. And some of the examples I gave are things that I believe to be true. They aren't doing what's right.
Well,
Can we get to the goalie thing?
Yeah,
Just
go
like-
ahead. I just
'cause
the
like,
last thing I want to say.
If you had to list 5
the fact
superstar forwards, you've got them all, right?
Yeah, the fact that
You got
Robin
McCarr.
McGear and Colin Forbes can't coach, I think is ridiculous, though. Like, I'm sorry. I'll leave it at that. That's it. So get to the goalies.
Where are the good ones? Like we said it yesterday. Is there a Canadian goalie playing now that you think could be a Hall of Famer? It might be the first time ever in the NHL history with Marc-Andre Fleury gone that you're like, I don't know that we have a guy going to the Hall in that.
Yeah, I mean, name me, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of Canadian goalies that are, we'll call it 26, 27 and under.
There's not many in the NHL. Like Mackenzie Blackwood's probably crossed that threshold recently.
Yeah, he's 28, I think.
So we showed this graph yesterday. In 95, 96, 3/4 of all goalie starts in the NHL were Canadian. That's down to 25%. And it's not like, it just fell off. It's a steady decline.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Well, I'll give you a couple reasons. And they might not be scientifical, but
That's because that's not a word.
you know what I mean. It might not be backed by the science.
Yeah.
Let's use
Scientific.
that word.
That's the word.
Think about this. People piss and moan when a goaltender signs for $5 million. Piss and moan. Oh my God, Jack Campbell got $5 million. Okay. Blake Coleman makes $5 million on the third line for the Calgary Flames. Okay, hear me out. I think what's happened is goaltending has become such a high pressure and a tough position where there's not a lot of fanfare. People are mad that Shesterkin held out for $12 million. His teammate has dry hair, Panarin, most nights. He makes 11 and 11, whatever it is. So my point being is, like, it's not a sexy position anymore. It's not. I remember talking to Thomas Magnuson, for the goaltender coach, the head goaltender coach for Sweden, when Henrik Lundqvist was the king. Every young goaltender and every young player in Sweden wanted to be Henrik Lundqvist. They had a wave of goaltenders. And you know what else they had? They had a wave of surgeries at 14 years old because of the new style. Everyone's hips were getting blown out. My point nowadays, if I had my choice for my son and I thought he was talented, I'd be like, be a winger. Be a hardworking winger that could score 20 goals in the NHL. You'll make more than a starting goaltender in the NHL. Because that's really what the wave of it is.
Why is that different in Canada than other places? Or is it?
I think the luster has come off goaltending in certain areas. Now, you look at it, like there's a lot of parents, like they chase the money. Think about it. Who makes the most money? Goal scorers. They make the money.
Well, and for wrong or for right, your kid's a goaltender.
I can tell you what I have.
Goaltender.
Pretty good.
But
I didn't ask him to be a goalie. I know.
But the point, a lot of it is, if my kids came to me and said they want to be goaltender, I'd be like, "Oh, are you sure?"
Yeah.
And for wrong or for right, I'm not pulling one way or the other. But that's what happens in a family.
I think that's
Parents
fair.
go,
I think that's been the case for
"Are
a
you
while.
sure? Let's try D." Or
you're right. It's just, again, there's no science behind my comment, but I've been thinking a lot about it. It's like for some reason it's become a position that seems like it's. And Pinder, you've talked about this. It's almost like, okay, 1 year a guy has a great year, like Brandon Bussey, non-drafted, passed over. Boston had him. All of a sudden, he's in Carolina. The guy's got the best stats in the league. Next year, he might not. Like it's a weird. It's become a position where it's transactional. It's like, okay, you need to be serviceable. You just play there. That's why I get so worked up when I look at a guy like Vasilevsky. I think Vasilevsky is the most talented goaltender from a positional. If I was building a goaltender, that's what it would look like. Mm-hmm. Now, he didn't have a great 18 months. He was bad back. He was struggling. Stats were down. But if I had to build a goaltender, that's what he looks like. And to me, I look at the Russian goaltenders. You're right. There's three. There's a 4-pack. There's 4 that are better than all Canadians, better than most countries, period. The U.S. Not, withstanding, because they've got depth there. I don't have the answer, Pinder. I've been trying to think it out loud here, where it's like, for some reason, and I'll even give you an example. My son's a 2017. Mm-hmm. I've had a bunch of coaches from, AAA and all that calling, because they're like, there's not a lot of 2017 goaltenders, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like
you should get an agent.
Clearly,
I'm not getting
he's
an agent.
8.
The point being is, there should be an influx. There should be a ton of this. This position, for some reason, has lost its luster. I don't know what it is, but it's a high pressure situation. I don't know if the coaching, whether it's been overcoached, whether the position is still under respected. I've had 2 general managers. There's current general managers in the league that say that the league shouldn't be called the NHL. It should be called Goalie. If you have a goalie, you got a good team. If you don't, your team stinks. So I maybe that's an idiotic answer and a long-winded one. I don't have the answer to it, but I feel like somewhere along the line, the luster of goaltending has come off in
Maybe
Canada.
it's because guys aren't allowed to coach their kids like you. That could probably add some.
That's also not scientifical, just for the record here.
Scientifical. I apologize for the word, but here's an example. I was texting an hour ago with Dave Marcoux, my goalie coach from Calgary. Love the guy.
He's part of the problem.
I wouldn't want to coach my son. I can help him with the mental aspect. I can help him with work ethic, but I'm gonna help him with approach. What I want is somebody who's schooled in today's goaltending to work with it. I was just texting with his goalie coach, Dave Kennedy, right now, because he's working with my son tonight. The position has become so specialized that I want my son to feel the puck. I don't want him to be a blocker. I want him to be an athlete in the net. And I think that's somewhere along the line, as we talk about it with Canadian hockey, skill development, and you got to be able to stick handle in a phone booth, and that somewhere along the way, the grit, the instinct, all of this stuff has been taken out of it, where, you do still need that. You need instinct. You need a guy who's not feeling 100% to still play that night and not give him an excuse to go, oh, you know what? You don't feeling it, day off today. Like, you need some grit and determination. I always felt that that's what separated Canada from the rest, but maybe I'm wrong.
We could do this forever. I don't have to do more. One thing I wonder about, we've got so much private hockey in this country. You might have a goalie coach coaching your kid one way. We got a kid in BC that's doing this. There's another kid in Alberta playing under hockey. Like, are we teaching the position the same way? Because that is one of the things that, without question, you have an advantage in Sweden and Finland, because they're smaller countries. You can put your best kids together at younger ages. You can get the best 10 goalies of each birth year with your best goalie coach in the country. It's not like flying people from 6 different time zones. Like, are we lacking that consistency in curriculum?
You're bang on, and you're 100%, and I'm going to answer it yes. Because we forget, and Rhett, you could speak to it more, that U.S. program takes the best of the country. Mm-hmm. So they're all under one umbrella. Yeah. They're grabbing a guy from, Montana, Jake Sanderson, and bringing him to a guy from Boston, and, Brady Tkachuk or whoever, a younger guy. But you know what I mean? Like, all of these guys who played college they're all under one umbrella. In Canada, like you say, there's a guy in BC, Mickey's kid. Who's Mickey's kid playing for? Everett. Mickey's kid is a prime example. If you had a Canada program, the best coaches, the best everything would be coaching these guys from a certain age right up. And that's where I think Canada might be struggling or lacking. Or, I do give credit to a lot of the coaches in Canada, because I think that their heart's in the right place and they work hard. But you're right, there's differing voices. Dave Marcoux has a different, outlook as opposed to Dave Kennedy and all the people that my son has been exposed to at the age of 8, including his old man. But I don't really do the, technical stuff. I just tell him to be aggressive and stuff like that. To me, you're right. I think the messaging should be one through the nation, and you might see it come back to, Canada dominating again. But let's not lose the sight of the fact that they could win gold, and we could be very happy, and Jordan Binnington stand on his head like he did in the Four Nations face-off.
You want him or Thompson if it's a money game? Put it down right now.
Binnington if it's a money game, because I don't know. I've never watched Logan Thompson in a money game. And let's not forget, I think Kemper's a really good goaltender too. Like, I don't think there's a bad choice. I think what there is you need somebody to be playing well. And what we're scared of, and rightfully so, is statistically Jordan Binnington, I think, is like 58th in the league. Like,
he's the worst goalie in the league, with a certain minimum cutoff.
Which scares the hell out of everybody, and rightfully so. But
Joe Hofer's taking his job.
You're right. But maybe Hofer is a Hall of Famer and we don't know it. Maybe he's the next guy. I don't know. But my point is, what scares me is, can you just turn it on for 2 weeks, with a different team, a better team? Obviously, we know where St. Louis is. And the one thing that I wouldn't say been proven wrong, but Jordan Binnington was able to call on that last year, and he did it in Game 7 on the road in 2019 and won his team a Stanley Cup. So he has proven to people that he can play the big game and not be phased. Let's see what he can do here in this tournament, but it is a short leash for me. I'm going to Thompson if I don't like what I'm seeing.
Very good.
I want you to stay on, but
it's cold out there, eh? We've had like plus 15 for 2 weeks here.
Yeah, we're hitting the patio.
No ODRs left.
We're hitting the patio.
I was at Super Bowl on Friday or whatever, Radio Row, and it was like plus 18 or whatever. It was like minus 25 when I landed back in Toronto.
That's too bad.
And it snowed overnight. Yesterday I had my ATV out and was doing my driveway, and it's been a gong show, but it's warmed up today. So I'm I think it's like -5 or something like that. It's not too bad, but it's frustrating to go from that type of climate back to what we're dealing with now.
Come on out here.
Come out
On
here.
it west.
Come on.
Come see us.
Friendly people.
Guys,
Come
you
home.
know.
Lower taxes. Come on.
You know, listen,
Listen.
I'm an Alberta boy, grew up there.
Come on.
You know, I'm always there. I'm going to be
So you're a
seeing
trader.
you,
That's,
seeing you, I think, what is that, March
Caesars.
cheese toast.
March 4th, Caesar's,
It's my old girlfriend's birthday. I'll send her a card.
I don't even know. Yeah,
Marla.
exactly. Sure, Christina's happy about you brought that up.
Love you, Noodles.
See you, buddy.
See ya, guys.
I think he'd stay on because he likes us.
He's great. He's the best.
Looked like he had something to do.
He was trying to go somewhere, but he clearly wasn't going to start the drive until
Yeah,
he'd finished
he's-
the interview.
He's classy.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Maybe you're thinking already,
Oh,
it's so warm. I'm going to need an AC. This is
Oh
crazy.
my goodness, he'd be a real good planner and
Yeah,
organizer if
you
you're
might
doing
need
that.
to get that AC
Out of
figured
it.
out. But again, I think like we said yesterday, spoiler alert, it ain't going to stay like this.
Calgary.
We're getting a cold snap. We're getting some snow.
is it next week?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's take a peek.
No, I think it is. Somebody brought it up this morning really early at a rink.
Oh, what a jerk.
Well,
See that.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100, crystalclearcalgary.com. The garage heater, the furnace, AC,
Do it all.
hot water. What is it like? Do you have a tankless hot water heater?
I don't, but I could have, but I had to run. No, I was thinking about it.
Yeah. Shouldn't be. I should ask those guys about it.
Yeah, don't ask us. I have no idea.
Like, is that the new? Is that?
'Cause I know we have a water tank, but there's also other places in the house you might have one that isn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because my shower gets hot right away, like less
Yeah.
than 10 seconds. I'm like, that
Cool.
can't be coming from the basement.
No,
It's got to be something
You
fancy.
probably got one. Well, you're rich.
Crystal. Yeah,
Well, my wife is.
yeah. Muddy
It's
bags.
useless.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Something goes sideways. First thing in your mind. Crystalclearcalgary.com.
Next Tuesday, cold.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, you're always referencing Tuesdays.
Should probably get out of town.
Are the
Minus
roads going to
20.
be good? Who's driving?
What are you talking about? Go somewhere? Where we go? Which direction?
I don't know.
You just said we got to get out of town.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, which direction are we going? I don't know. If you ask me, the roads are good.
I don't know.
Let's go south. Keep getting drier and drier.
Go west, young man. Haven't you been told? California. Who's that? Toby Keith?
Yep.
Women and go.
I don't want to stir up noodles too much, but I also do like stirring up.
You love,
noodles.
and I
You
like
love
that.
the goalie debate.
It's just fascinating,
can't-
right?
Well,
can't
you know what
get
the hard
too
part
deep into
is?
it.
There's no answer because you're not wrong.
That's the thing. Like you could pry people. What is it? What is it?
What the hell's going on?
There's no.
And I what he said is true, but I remember being like his kids' age in the late 80s, and kids were just like, "Oh, goalie, no." Like it's not new that goalie.
I was going to say talk to the kids, find out why.
Well, here's the American registration numbers have increased.
Yeah.
So they there's going to be more jobs lost to those guys.
The U.S. was always catching up to Canada because they had markets that weren't playing hockey that can be introduced to hockey. But what that doesn't explain is while we're still producing superstar forwards and D, we just don't have the goalies anymore.
We're screwed.
I don't think we're screwed. I'm
We're
just
screwed.
fascinated by it.
Just numbers wise. The stats won't lie to you.
Just get ready for the summit when
Scientifically.
Bennington allows 3-on-4 and goes full, Stuart Skinner out
I
of
mean,
the
to be
gates.
fair, you did the same thing before Four Nations.
Yeah.
And Bennington won them the tournament.
He was
in the
shaky and then
last game.
awesome when you needed him. Yeah.
You have zero faith in this guy, hey?
No, I think he could be good and you could win gold with him for sure.
No, Ryan just wants Marty Brodeur or Pat Roy. Like, come on.
But again, like if we want to play the game, the last time it was 2014 was Carey Price there, probably. Was Luongo there, probably.
This is not an outrageous take. It's not even a take. It's obvious that the
right.
Canadian,
And so you're trying to pin me as you don't think Bennington is good. It's like, no, it's just a clear downgrade from what we've taken to every other Olympics.
No,
Right.
it's that you're.
That's it.
so rather than
it's
crush
a
Bennington,
mat-
I
not
don't.
Bennington. We're talking about why our country can't produce Prices, Luongos, Brodeurs,
But
Waz,
again,
and
you've
Fleury's.
already recognized that there's no answer to that.
We've got
So
basically theories and hunches.
You can
That's
keep
it.
asking.
But that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
And
'cause
I
we had the
mean,
goalie expert on. Is that a good guy?
And
to
what did he
ask or
say
no?
to you?
He talked about
He didn't know.
things that weren't scientifical.
So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
rather
no.
than badger the guest over a question.
well,
that
I
doesn't
think
have
it's
an
very
answer.
much like I want to fake drama this question. Like where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, we can be outraged about
Yeah.
the goaltending situation. We can be concerned about it, and we can't do F all about it.
And here's the thing: you can be concerned that Jordan Bennington's your best option in a tournament like this. You can also win gold with him. Like you literally have the 3 best skaters on earth all carrying Canadian passports. Like there's nobody in the neighborhood of McDavid, McKinnon, McCarr, in my opinion.
So, question, because you have the same coach that was at the Four Nations, and the coach showed faith in Bennington then.
Well, who picked?
Yep.
Because it was easy to could have gone another way, but he stuck with him the whole way. The coach stuck with the goalie, showed faith in him, and the goalie proved that faith was well earned.
What's different is the group.
What do you mean?
It's Bennington and 2 different goalies this time.
Can you pull up the Canadian lineup?
So the options that Cooper would have had in Four Nations, do you remember the goalies or not? Because Montembeault and Hill, I believe.
Oy.
And this year it's Kemper and Thompson. Thompson's having a great year.
Is Bennington there without, like, he's clearly not there on this year's numbers?
He's the worst goal starting. We got the worst numbers in the league by a certain.
I don't know if they play him. That's my gut.
I'm kind of with you. Like,
I'm not convinced that Jordan Bennington's in net tomorrow.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
is
I would love
because
to see Thompson.
Cooper, like, there's got to be there's something there, right? You're on the team, and you won me that. You and me, we stuck together, and we
just like
we
when
showed
they
them.
This like because they picked Sam Bennett. Oh wait,
But what's the statute of limitations? Does that get you one start? Does it get you tomorrow's start?
Yeah.
Does it keep
I don't
you?
think this is the other thing. It's like, if I'm the coach, I don't owe you anything.
You're here to win gold.
I'm-
You're not here to do.
This is
friends.
my maybe
Yeah.
one opportunity to be the head coach of an Olympic gold medal team. I'm not doing this for favors.
Yeah.
Oh, you shit.
And you can feel good that you've had an experience with a guy where he was money. and
Darcy
beat
Kemper
the
might
odds.
be the guy to play.
Yeah.
Like
You
his
have
numbers
2
are way
games
better.
in 2 days here. So I wonder, I would, if I was betting, and I'm just guessing, you see 2 different goalies the first 2 games because you play
See, and
Thursday, Friday.
I would
and then
play
Sunday.
Thompson.
Yep.
Because I think he's played better over the last year, 2, 3
Mm-hmm.
than Bennington, even though Bennington won in the Four Nations.
Yeah.
I would play Thompson. And if he plays well, you're my goalie.
Yeah.
You're going again. And he would have to be really bad for me not to go back to him.
The other variable that's
need-
interesting.
I
is
don't
like
need this tournament isn't busy enough. I need to find
Yeah.
a way to get everyone in.
3-game round robin.
Curtis
and then you've got
Joseph sat on
quarterfinals,
his ass
semis,
in
and a medal game.
Salt Lake. Sorry.
Both of you were talking. What?
Nothing.
It's Brett's saying it's a short tournament. You've got
Yeah.
3 games in a round robin and then 3 elimination games if you get to a medal game. That is short. Do you want to pick one ahead of the tournament and say, don't fumble this? You're playing 3 and 4 to start and you're a guy the whole way? Or do you allow 2 different guys? And then the other factor is the best team you play in the round robin is the one you play tomorrow. It's Czech Republic. They're considerably better than a Swiss team that has some good players, but isn't as deep. You're not Pasternak, Hurdle. It's Natchez. That's the Czech top line, right? And so do you almost give Bennington the harder assignment so you can go away from him? Or do you say, Logan, you're a guy that's a good team, go? And yeah, we got France on Sunday, whatever. Like Bennington, you get France. Like it's France. You can't name an NHLer from France. There's like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or as to your point, is just find your guy, ride him the whole way. I don't know what you're going to learn against France, or if you're sending any messages with who you start or don't.
Well, if you feel
Or you
the
just
need
keeping a
to
guy in rhythm.
or do you feel the need to rest a guy?
Yeah.
So if you're establishing I've got a guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I might as well give him a night off. Okay, I can understand that.
And it would be a lot easier if Bennington just wasn't the worst goalie in the league this year.
How about average? Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Can we be
Because that's kind of what last year was. He wasn't having a great year, but you're like, well, he's been a big
so do
game
they
guy.
hate Jim Montgomery?
What is
St.
going on in
Louis?
St. Louis?
Well, you saw Hofer hiding on him. He was like, I'm not fucking going out there. I'm kind of with you. To me, I would have Thompson at the top of that list because he's been very good the last 2-3 seasons.
Should have been on that team last year.
He doesn't have big game experience, but
How do you get
Just
it?
won a cup.
how do you get it?
Not as the starter, but he's won a cup, right? And again, like if we're leaning on something that happened 7 years ago to talk about Bennington's big game experience.
Yeah,
like
to me, it was the Four Nations.
Yeah.
Like he silenced everybody.
Well, I don't know. He won, and he played well enough to win. He wasn't the reason they won.
he was the reason they won in overtime. but he didn't have a
Okay.
dominant.
Like that
So he
overtime,
some
he made 2
monster
saves there.
That allows them to get off the mat and score.
All
a winner.
that the experience means is that he's not going into it with piss dribbling
Yeah.
down his neck.
Yeah.
Like that's all it means. He's not nervous and scared going into the situation.
And these aren't puppies. This isn't like a teenager like Macklin Celebrini under bright lights. Like these are guys that have
Why
been
do you hate Macklin?
love him. He's the best. I would understand if he's got nerves, whatever. These guys have been playing pro hockey for a decade each, right? They're all late 20s to early 30s.
Did you want to look at the lines?
Well, it doesn't.
Or do you want to do it inside the Pinder Report?
I got a bunch of teams and stuff. We can do it here. Got other teams in there. Let's look at them. Because they made a little tweak after their indoor secret practice.
Boy, were the fellas at one of the sports stations hot about that. There was some passive aggressive commenting.
I can't believe how much
You consume
radio
radio
you listen to.
I just had the
That's where you
TV
get all
on
your
last
good
night.
takes.
Oh, I
Sorry.
see.
We still got top line Tom Wilson. Dean, you said it was one
Top line
practice.
Tom, I
Now it's
like
2
that.
practices. Top line Tom.
I like that.
It's interesting.
No, it's not. They're trying to say, well, we picked him. We might as well use him.
Yeah,
It's interesting too.
I think it's
Is that one jersey bigger than the other?
it's Tom. He's a huge man.
Oh, I thought 17 looked bigger.
No,
No,
I think you're hammered.
Dean?
They're all the same size.
I think they're all the same
Starting
size.
to trip.
Well, Dean's the expert on the size
I
of
don't think they're all
logos.
the
right.
same. I'm with Rhett.
No, it's playing tricks on you. Wherever you focus, that one looks the biggest.
No,
The
I'm telling you,
Celebrini looks
Celebrini's
tall
looks
and
Wilson
bigger.
looks
Yeah.
huge right now.
Wilson
Wide.
looks wide.
I think it's because of
There's
the way
two
the
different
the words.
jerseys.
It's an eye trick.
What about Horvat at the bottom? Does it look skinny?
Does
Nick
McKinnon
Suzuki? Does it look
longer?
more slender
The thing
than
is-
Mark Stone right above him?
I'm going to leave the
Yeah.
graphics to Dean. He's got a better eye.
I
for
didn't bring
stuff.
this up. I'm just trying to keep you guys twisting.
Superstar, soon to be superstar.
It's a good group.
It's
Like we talk about the American depth. Like this is Nick Suzuki is a phenomenal player. He's on your 4th line. Brad
it's
Marchand
the
is
Olympics from
abs-
Canada. So
Conn
yeah.
Smythe winner is a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You hope you look back. It's like, boy, remember all the haranguing we did about the goaltending? At the end of the day, skill won out, and our goalies were just solid and did what they had to do.
Yeah, I don't think there should be any hand wringing about this forward group. Like the Americans also have a good forward group, but you're literally going McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby down the middle. That's insane. Like,
And meanwhile, Bo Horvat's there with his little jersey saying, "What about me?"
is that little? I thought it was big.
Hey, little fella. We'll try and get you out there when we can.
Why is my jersey smaller, coach?
I mean, Marchand's smaller than me, and his jersey's way bigger.
Can we look at the D? God damn it! See who's wearing the big jerseys on the blue
I
line?
hate tight jerseys too.
Oh, they're so big.
Those are.
McCarr doesn't need a jersey that big.
That's the Colorado pair up top that we've seen together for what, 5 years since he made his debut, basically.
Embarrassed us.
God, did they hose the Islanders in that Taves deal, eh?
Was it a couple seconds or a second?
Yes,
third?
something like that. Calgary boy Josh Morse, beauty.
He's a good player.
It's a good guy.
Another Alberta boy, Pareko, less enthused about his attendance, but he's big. He's physical.
He's going to work hard. He's going to
Yeah.
give you an honest effort.
One of his things he does is he likes to carry it up the ice, but he's not good at that. But big, good shot, solid defender. Like Shea Theodore from Vegas, Sandheim.
You know what? I would take some of these guys on my team. Like if
I
they
would take
wanted to be
Jacob
fun-
Chychrun on this team. I'll tell you that.
That's not the point I was
No,
making.
I
but
know.
Okay.
Yeah. You definitely take him in the NHL where there's 32 teams.
That's a good D lineup if we're going up against
Thomas Harley's had a just okay year. He's on the outside looking in, and Drew Doughty's the other
surprised by
statesman.
that. I thought he was ready to catapult.
He
to
felt
be-
like he was
right?
quite a trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible rate here.
Incredible
Stop.
rate, Harry.
Stop partying.
Thompson, Benner, and Kemper not on the board.
Hmm.
You're not going to be able to dress all three.
Who starts tomorrow? Quick vote around
Thompson.
the table.
What we want or what we're guessing?
What are your
Thompson.
I'm going to guess the
Thompson.
I'm with you, Rhett Thompson. Let's go.
I'll go with Binnington.
Just to be different.
No,
Yeah.
we need someone on the other side.
Also, just because it's Cooper,
Loyalty.
it goes back to why is Seth Jarvis there? Because he was on
'Cause
the
someone
Four
got
Nations
hurt.
team, and
Because
I just wonder.
someone got hurt.
Oh, that's correct. Because points hurt.
No, but when he had the choice to pick, You taking Bedard? No, I'm going to take Seth Jarvis.
Mhm.
And I think it was Elliot who had said, he was talking to him. There's that thought that when you win as a team,
Mhm.
you're more willing to go through the wall for each other again the next time.
There is something to that. There's also you tried to bring the 0-2 team to 06 in Turin, and you got pantsed. So there's both sides.
Don't need to come at me. I'm just telling
Not coming at you at all. Why do you think I was coming at you?
It's just,
You literally said it was an
Anyway.
Elliot comment.
but you just,
It's a year later. I agree with
Okay.
that.
Yeah. I take it back. Back to you.
I'm with Pinder.
Elliot
on
did
this.
say
he
that. You
didn't
don't
come
have to
at
take it
you.
back.
He was just replying to the comment, and I think it's wrong as well.
Like they left, what was it, Crosby off the 06 team? That feels in hindsight like, what the hell were you doing? And it was an older, more rickety roster.
It wasn't a great roster.
No one, a little longer in the tooth. But this is only 1 year after Four Nations. I mean, we're talking this thing.
That's the only reason
Right?
I just
Yeah.
wonder if it's Cooper loyalty.
Go ahead.
Sort of thing.
We all wonder
Yeah.
that. It's much like the goaltender thing. We can have theories and thoughts, but
We need this tournament to
decides.
start, so we have actual
Mhm.
games to talk about. That'd be fun. Eh?
Is it going to start?
Tomorrow, 8:40.
As long as the ice
Jack,
is
what are
good.
we doing for a show tomorrow? Tell everyone.
Start at 8:30. Isn't there games on right now?
8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8:40 puck drop.
You should be happy with that. You're up at 5 or 4 every day.
Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's rush hour.
Oh, jeez.
It's not rush
No, it's pre-rush hour because you're going to come in and do all
What the
your
hell are
prep.
you talking about pre-rush hour?
Crush
It's
hour.
right on the.
Prussia?
And did Noodles had a lift today?
Somebody was asking if he had some dental work done.
I think when he
I
goes
wondered
not
if
from
he
the
had,
studio, I hear
some
that.
free-
I think he has a retainer, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's so cold out there.
I was going to ask him. I'm like, sensitive.
I've noticed it a couple times, but he doesn't have it on his show.
That's what I mean. When he's at his desk, you never hear that. It's only when
He's
he's like
kimono. It
in
makes him
rinks.
more comfortable.
nicest guy in the world.
best guest we have.
Well, I thought Sarah was
taken.
the
Him and
nicest.
Sarich, yeah. Yeah, him and Sarich.
So many nice guys not on the show.
There's a nice guy that we all like, and he wouldn't come on the show this week because he's
Yeah.
so busy.
Not sure he's that nice, actually.
I think it's
No,
quite
he
nice.
would be more of the Pronger.
Yes.
On the ice, not nice. But off ice, very nice.
Well, he's
Yeah.
pretty straightforward and blunt off the ice as well. You
Quite
know
a
who-
quite a tennis player.
You know
himself.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bastard.
Bastard.
Is it the Pinder Report or are
No.
we just babbling?
Can be if you
Jack,
want.
what are we doing tomorrow? 8:30. I'm going to be here. Puck drops at 8:45.
No, we're starting at 8:30.
Yeah, so you got to be here at 8:29.
Yeah.
Well, is there going to be breakfast? You going to feed me? You going
Yeah,
to
you're
bitch
bringing-
at me for
you're
not eating?
bringing
You're going to have
breakfast.
food here?
You're bringing
Going to
breakfast
have food? Why am I bringing
because we're trying to
breakfast?
get you in ahead of rush hour.
This is the biggest. What do you want?
Breakfast sandwich.
Bacon avocado crisp?
Oh,
Remember
God,
those?
I love those
From the
things.
Holy Grill?
Oh, the Holy Grail.
The problem with those,
Not on
you
the way.
know what's going to happen.
Nappy time.
There's
Snoozy.
going to be some
Yeah.
log sod as the intermission.
Yeah, Jack's
Couch
gonna
starts to swallow you.
Jack's
Oh.
gonna juggle and do Steelers trivia at the intermission. We're
Got
having a
any
nap.
pillows kicking around? Just blanket anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will do
Tuck
that.
in a little
But
bit.
we were so used to getting up early. We were just in a general fog and fatigue.
We were
I
just
wonder if it'd
tired.
be a little
yeah.
late.
More resilient now.
Just means you got to get a good night's sleep.
I feel, are we going to do it or are we going to do it right?
You're doing it right.
Because you guys been half-assing it all week. I've been
What?
trying to bring the juice. And you
Oh,
guys
have you? What kind of juice have you been trying to bring? Tell us more.
Your phone's out of juice. I know that. Wanted to show you this. I don't know if it's a direct comp to hockey players not being able to coach, or should they be coaching their kid and that sort of thing. Greg Keller, Bonton meats. What does Greg Keller know better than anything else?
He would know the butchering and the beef industry, and all things meaty.
Meat products,
Yeah.
just and premium, the best. Don't be afraid to have a steak, have some chicken, come on.
Beef ribs are on the menu, Dean.
Oh boy.
So this was a photo of Mr. Keller's granddaughter. So what do you do? Maybe I'm not sure if they should be. Look at Grandpa here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're getting
family
this,
biz.
we're getting the smoky. We're getting it on the stick. Don't be afraid of the fire. Get in there.
Yes.
You don't need a
girl.
fancy poker deal. Just let's get a stick.
nice pit.
We'll kind of
Pit.
we'll whittle it to a point. We'll throw the hot dog on there. But what if it burns, Grandpa? Oh,
You got it.
nope. Get it. You're fine. And then the reward after the work is done.
Oh, look at that dog.
Crushing it.
Yes. Outstanding.
Mustard?
I love. Let's look on the chair. There is a big bottle of
That's what I
mustard.
noticed.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Do you do relish as well?
I do.
I'm less of a relish guy.
What
Just
about
mustard.
a fancy relish?
Yeah,
a
spicy maybe.
spicy
A spicy relish. I
Oh,
can get
you're
into.
fancy.
No,
You
I
are
just like spice more than the sweet. So yeah.
Pardon me.
Good
Yeah.
poupon. I do like the spicy.
It is
mustard.
very Pinder poupon. I love it.
You don't like a Dijon mustard? I love a Dijon mustard.
Greg Keller, Bonton Meats. Not saying he'll cook your wiener, but if you need help, if you need some assistance, that's the sneaky thing with Bonton. I don't really know. Well, how long do you guys look online or something? What are you doing? Like you say, you don't.
I know you've got another read in there, and I'm going to continue to harp on this. It's a nice little couples tandem up into the north there.
Couples.
You roll in. It's Valentine's Day on Saturday. You get the hubby, maybe some charcoal briquettes, some nice pieces of lamb or beef, whatever.
Yeah.
Ask Greg. He'll give it to you. You pick that up. You continue that drive back into the corner down. What is that road?
Market Mall.
Village Honda, you buy a couple
Get a
ridge lines.
Get a new,
His and hers matching set.
Yeah, yeah.
Pop in
At the Market Mall.
at the Market Mall. It's a great. It's
It
a
all
nice
works.
trip.
Good nice
Yeah.
corridor there. up
Very
in the
nice.
west.
Yeah, very thoughtful. Vina Nova.
Yeah.
I think I mean, it's kind of we cook, but that's a thing that I think women like, right?
The guy
They're
cooks-
actually coming out on top. If I'm envisioning how I would have it,
Oh,
is that that too? They get rings and they get a new prelude, and then they also get fed.
what a day!
They get fed.
Yeah,
That's great.
I had a card because I nice little handwritten.
you're
note.
a honey dripper. That's right. Vina Nova lab grown diamonds. You don't need to go and buy. I mean, we'd love it if you did. Look at Jack. He's afraid to put the thing up. VitaNova.com is the website. It's
Why?
lab-grown diamond specialists. No one in Calgary does what they're doing, and that is lab-grown. 50, 60, 70%, depending on the product. More affordable. That means cheaper than earth mine diamonds.
That's what more affordable means.
Grown in a lab.
By like a little bit or by like a lot of bit?
Same chemical composition and structure as a natural earth mine diamond. So it's the same or better.
So can I just jump in here because my eyes are good?
Yeah,
Due to its identical nature.
that's right.
Huh.
You said it yesterday. Until they figure this loophole out.
Yeah, 50 to 70% less. That seems like a mistake. We better snap these all up before they figure that out. Yeah.
Market Mall, parking, prices, product. It's all there for you.
Who's the hottie in the corner there? What's that over?
That's Jack
their,
in his Red Sox hat.
nope.
Jack, you commenting on it? What?
He's a
I
little
thought
nervous
my
there.
eyes were good.
Trepidation.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll have time to create a custom piece right now, but you could go and
No,
start the
you're not gonna have that
process.
kind of
You
time.
could
What
go in
though?
there and start the process, and that's might
You
be
could
enough.
say, here's the gift. You're going to make something
I
that's
want
one
your-
of a kind on
yes.
earth like our love.
Yeah.
In we go.
No sense having me design you a piece. Let's go, babe.
Yeah,
Then I put these little laser things on the side. Like, no. You design.
yeah. We have 3 dogs, so we need 3 hearts on our pendant. Whatever it is.
Sure.
You have 3 now?
No.
Did you get another dog?
I did not. No. I'm anticipating having 3 though.
No, dear. When you live in town, Rat.
There are 3 total dogs. 2 live in one house, 1 lives in another. Vina Nova, Bonton Meats. But you're right. You can go, oh, gotta make reservations, or you could go to Bonton and be like, you know what?
How about this?
Got some wine, got some roofies, got some T-bones.
What?
We're gonna have a great day, babe.
Rufus?
You're not gonna remember any of it, but
Some old Ron.
some Ron, yeah.
Well, Captain Ron. And yeah, have a night.
So you guys,
Alrighty,
you guys got big plans Saturday? What's,
I thought you were coming over.
I'm coming.
Well, the shoveler, that's what she asked for. Too far.
Back to you, Rhett. It's the Pinder Report for Village Honda, friends. I was just up there this morning. Everyone's smiling. Great service. Wonderful mood.
Well, they're not
Shuttle.
having to blow off old snow blown
right.
minus 70
Yeah.
vehicles. Don't need your parka.
Just regular
Happy.
scheduled maintenance, the service departments. Everything's looking great, Mr. Pinder. Here's the deal. Can we get you a shuttle somewhere? Service, phenomenal. People are the best.
Are you getting a rotation as well? Are you
Why
getting
didn't
rotated?
we phone
Yeah,
up there and
balance,
say,
rotation, alignment.
screw this guy over, don't give him anything?
they won't
Yeah,
do
tell
that.
him that his
Tell him his carburetor's
windshield
broke.
fluid heaters on the
Oh
fritz.
no,
There's
that's
no.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should call Anthony and say, don't give him.
Your headlight
Any
fluid
sort of-
pump
No,
is
my
broken.
headlight
Do not give him a ride back to the studio.
So they got the shuttle and they'll drop people off along the way.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got people mapping out like this guy's going here. We'll drop this one. Everyone direct routes.
AI.
And the lady in the car with me was getting dropped off by the Foothills Hospital. She said, I live a lot closer to a different dealer, but the service here is exceptional. I'm driving further for Village Honda and the service.
And I believe it.
Yeah, so that's the kind of people they are. VillageHonda.com, Northwest Automall dealership for life. Let's get into some Flames news and notes. Dino, what Flames? I guess you got Pospisil at the Olympics. One other player
Makar?
not tanning. He's not a Flame yet. Dean hasn't got his wish.
Not yet.
It's Matvey Gridden at the American Hockey League All-Star Game. You made a little montage of Gridden. Look at this dirty move. Little breakaway competition. Oh, he's going tweener. Just kidding. Yoink.
That goalie was.
That's okay.
I should have done that.
That is tidy. I've never seen the faux tweener where you just play it back up to yourself and then tuck it in. That is dead sexy.
That's very.
I love faux.
Yeah.
Whew, yeah, faux is really good.
So
is it
good.
pho? That's what we're supposed to
I
call
don't
it?
care.
Now, this is a 3-on-0. It's called the passing challenge. 3 forwards and or skaters, no defenseman, and
So
a goalie.
I don't know why goalies don't want to play net.
Yeah,
So you
weird.
don't get points for.
So they're 1 for 1 here. You get 3 zone entries. You're trying to go 3 for 3, gridding back and forth. Easy tapping on the back door. Let's see if they can go 3 for 3 here. Gridding carries in. All right,
Let's see
slide
the
that
goalie
over.
one-timers.
Smooth mitts, yoink, 3 for 3. Boys look good. You also competed in the fastest skater.
That guy lost his teeth.
You did.
His teeth.
Jibs.
Now, Matvey, here's the problem with being as fast as Matvey Gridden. You almost need a bigger surface to skate. Because here's the thing. Look at him go. He's building up speed. He's humming. He's reaching 3rd gear. He's kicking it into high gear. He doesn't run out of the board's getting close to Poe.
Oh. Well, here's the thing, kid. You shouldn't try so hard.
There's less than 20 19-year-olds ever that have gone to this thing, and it's good company. The likes of, Rantanins and such of the
Good
world to
company
be.
that he ran into the wall.
No, 19-year-olds at the All-Star game in the
Where's
American
the
League.
All-Star game?
I believe Rockford, Illinois.
Can't even get hammered.
Which is quite
'cause you're
stabby.
19.
Yeah. There's a tilted
Sucks.
kilt there. I lost a game of credit card roulette at. It's a horrible place.
It'll get you.
Hate Rockford.
It'll get you.
There you
Good
go.
for him. Good for him.
Good for him. Great player. Exciting season.
Finally drafted someone worth watching. Way to go, Conroy.
Way to go, Conroy.
No one's listening right now.
All right.
You're right.
God damn it. Now, it's from the same AHL All-Star game. Check this move out because we've seen all these crazy deeks and
Crazy.
what a breakaway move. This is the first time I've seen this one, right? You got younger kids that are,
Oh,
you
they're
might have seen this
talented.
before
They
because
love-
I know you're working with them and you're a talented guy yourself.
And Berard of the
This is
Abbotsford Canucks through the circle. Oh,
We got to slow that down. It looks like he's just going to the backhand, but he somehow turns the blade over and tucks it in lacrosse style.
Where's he from?
It's an Abbotsford Canuck.
Right, but where's he from?
Bedard, I don't know. You tell me. That is so dirty.
That's so dirty.
Like you got to twist those arms. Whew, that doesn't make sense.
So
to
you
me.
want to be a goalie? Okay.
I don't want to be that Bedard guy with the backwards hat. He looks cool.
He really sold out though. The goalie early.
Well, I think you're going low. You
Jack,
got
what's
him.
wong with the Penguins goaltending? This is terrible.
Yeah, who is that? Come on, Jack.
That's pretty cool.
Is that the Finn in net?
I have no idea. Masherov.
That doesn't sound Finnish. Okay. We showed you the Canadian lines and netminders.
Damn right, we
They're in
debated.
action tomorrow. The men's tournament is underway today. Before the show started, it was 1-1 between the Slovaks and the Finns. The Finns were considerable favorites coming in.
Slovaks were up 3-1 last check.
Wow. That's actually quite something. Huge upset brewing. I want to actually get the live score. Sorry, still for me,
It's
fellas.
important to him. He can't listen to you.
Last check, he said it was 3-1. Was that check like an hour ago or recently? That would be the 4-1, your final. There it is. Holy. So we start the tournament with an upset. Slavkovsky with a pair. He has 9 Olympic goals, Dean.
Olympic gold medals?
Goals. Because he played in that 2018 version as a 17-year-old for Slovakia. That's a lot of goals. Whew. Yeah.
How'd the Habs get him?
They drafted high, I
Right.
believe. Was it maybe
First,
even
yeah.
first over? Yeah.
First over, yeah.
Weird. That seems like fantasy hockey, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of a lot of goals in the Olympics, I believe you asked the question in our group chat.
I did.
Who scored the most goals for Team Canada at the Olympics ever? Or at least amongst NHLers. Well, of course, it's our boy
Were they
Jerome.
using this, or was this randomly, or did you steal my idea?
This was before I saw you ask the question.
Oh.
And that's why I knew the answer to the question. I had seen that our nerds at Flames Nation have been grooming over Olympic history to find the Flames angle.
I
Good
thought he
work,
had
nerds.
12.
It's quite a few.
10 is it?
Slavkovsky's about to pass him.
Jesus, Icky.
Not for Team Canada, but
Right. Yeah. I just mean in terms of
I thought it would be some duster that didn't play in the NHL and used to go to the Olympics.
yeah,
all the
some
time.
Chris Kontos or something.
Mhm.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Yeah. So always said Father
It's a
David
great
Bauer was
name.
coaching him down in Calgary there, eh? And he
Some Lonnie Bahanas.
yeah, something like that. The Slovaks won today. We just told you that.
Yeah.
Here's their lineup. This is like there's a lot of not NHL players on this team.
It's a team game, right?
It is a team game, but Slovakia, this is like Hlavai in net. Huh? Ferivari plays for the Capitals, Nemec, the Devil, Chernak, a Tampa Bay Lightning. Martin Marincin used to play in the NHL. Is that Ivan? Colorado?
What are all these things on top of the letter?
Yeah, there's all kinds of accented goos and stuff, but they're called other things. Umlauts, I don't know.
Yeah.
Slavkovsky, Ruzicka. Oh, former Flame, Adam Ruzicka, Rosie. Top line center. Tom Tatar.
I love Tatar.
Dvorsky's in the NHL now.
Paul?
No, what is it?
Pete?
Dolabir, Dvorsky, something like that. Marty Pospisil, the Regenda kid, I believe, is in.
They're just saying names and nobody
well, I'm
knows
just
them.
noting the NHL.
Sharks, right? You know?
And Jack and I were looking up the Oculaire. Very unusual name. He played for Florida's affiliate last year. Anyway, it's not an NHL
Yeah, well,
littered roster
they're
that just
1-0.
beat the Finns, who almost are entirely made of NHL. It's a great start to the
so
tournament
the
for the Slovaks.
NHL's no good.
That wouldn't be my takeaway, but that can be yours.
That's what he's saying, folks.
Canada plays the Czech
Loud
Republic.
wrong.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so here's the thing with Bennington. He's been the worst goalie in the NHL.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. But Matt Larkin trying to convince me that he should be
Dylan's
starting
brother.
tomorrow.
You know what that is? That's the Americans trying to get in the Canadians' heads because that's Dylan Larkin's brother.
Okay, well, that's definitely quiet wrong. But okay. Huh. Who can play against the Czechs? We talked about it already. Do you want to look at the Czechs, their opponent
I'm
tomorrow?
getting almost bored of this Biddington conversation.
Yeah, we got to move on. Look at that top line. Natchez, Hurdle, Pasternak. That's a legit unit. Woo! Kasha, longtime NHLer. I don't believe this year anymore. Kempf and Palat. Forever a Flame. Roman Chervenka. Note he's not playing center, Dean. Still
When did he finally
Not a
move to
center.
the wing?
That's weird.
still not a center. And David Tomashek, of course, was brought into Edmonton to be some really important piece of their forward group this year. They've already terminated his contract at the NHL level.
Somewhere
You never
today,
see it coming.
Jay Feaster is sitting somewhere.
I took a straight.
Somebody
Calgary.
really in 26, they're still talking about Roman Chervenka in Calgary. Oh, those losers up there.
Yeah, well, Pat Seeloff's not on the Canadian or American team either. There you go. Decor, there's a couple names you'll recognize here for sure. For the Czech squad, Filip Hronek, Vancouver, Radko Gudas, big ball of muck, longtime Florida Panther, now in Anaheim. And
Are
Jan
these
Ruta
jerseys
was
different
in-
sized?
no, you're just having an acid flashback. Goaltenders, let's take a peek, shall we? Good goaltending tandem. We're trying to remember who the backup was because, Lucas Distal was great. Karel Ventimoka, Vemelka. He's been very good. You leading the NHL in wins, Dean.
That's right, Ryan.
This tandem is very good.
Can we trade?
Don't know if they allow trades at the Olympics. Dean?
Damn.
It's tricky. Call Bet.
How hard is it to get a passport?
Ask Jack.
Before 8:40 tomorrow morning?
Still doesn't have it.
Gotta expedite it. Yeah.
He doesn't?
No.
I've got 2.
I talked to the guy and he said it'd be fine.
And I made it.
He got to Nashville and he got back in somehow.
Back
Tip
to
your
you,
cap.
Ryan.
Yeah, back to me. Say a quick peek at the Americans. This is the co-favorite of the event. Canadians slightly lower odds. Skinnier odds than the Americans. Expected to be a final.
There's Matt Larkin's brother.
I don't want to be.
Oh, God. Gensel, Matthews, Boldy, Kachuk boys, flanking Eichel. That's a scary line. Kyle Connor, Dylan Larkin, Tage Thompson. That's also a scary line. JT Miller, less scary, as long as he's wearing Rangers colors, with old man Brock Nelson, who's having a great year on pace for 40, and Jack Hughes, fourth liner. You've got to be good and maybe not having the best year for that to happen. Americans are good. Jack Hughes is not setting the world up.
Deep.
Deep. Vinny Trocheck not in there. He's an extra as well.
I'd be sitting JT Miller just to see how pouty I could get him.
Yeah, you don't want Jason Robertson there.
I'm going to
eh?
bring you
Yeah.
to the Olympics. Yay! And not play you.
Mhm.
Boo.
Cole Caulfield?
Grump.
JT. This is where organizations are stupid.
You take that, Billy Guerin. Rip's calling you stupid.
I am.
Decor looks a little smarter. I'll say that. You got some real good players in the back end. Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, Brock Faber, Noah Hannafin, Zach Werenski,
Oh my God.
Jake Sanderson's your
Sanderson's
extra.
not
dude.
in the lineup?
That's how good they are. I would put him in ahead of Hannafin, though.
Me too.
And noted D-man.
No,
Vince
what it
Trocheck.
is you dress 21 guys for the Olympics, so you actually are allowed 13 forwards and 7 defensemen, which is weird. So they're listing the
Gotcha.
extras as D-men, but only for the Americans for some reason. Thank you, dailyfaceoff.com.
Well, we should do our own shit instead of complaining about others.
Pretty good at complaining, though. You got to be honest.
Oh, so good.
Like if there was complaining at the Olympics, we'd be there. Hellebuck, Ottinger, Sway Dog would be the other that is not mentioned. And Thatcher Demko's thinking, man, if I could ever stay healthy, maybe I could even be on this team. But you can't, though, Thatcher. You're never healthy. You're always hurt.
Tell you, both of those guys in their own way have had some, as much as we're going on about Canadian goaltending, Hellebuck in the playoffs, it's been a huge story for a number of years.
Yeah.
And Ottinger, it feels like maybe the bloom's off the rose a little bit
I
there.
can't believe you want to open up this conversation again. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
this.
not.
Yeah, you are. Now you're
Right.
taking runs at Pinder saying you think that the American goaltending is so good, but clearly it's not. Hellebuck has stunk when the pressure's on, and Ottinger's never gotten anything
Well,
done.
Dean's daughter was a goalie, so clearly he just wants to talk about his dominant
Was she a
goaltending
goalie?
parenting. She was.
She was a
Yeah.
good goalie,
She
too.
was. Yeah.
Right? She had
Well,
a
if
real
we could-
future.
If we could have more goalie talk
Yeah,
All right.
with
back to you,
no
Ryan.
answers to be
We got a lot of that coming up.
bring some people on, really press them on it.
Yep, good. Maybe our best, most important guests. Really put them in the grinder.
Yeah, just get them on.
yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't always that way.
Squeeze them, right? Get in there. Yeah.
None of these guys are going to the Hall of Fame. What the fuck?
What the hell, damn guy?
Noodles, what the fuck?
Why didn't you do a better job, Noodles?
He's so rattled. He's making
Sorry,
up
guys.
words and stuff.
Scientifical. All right. We got an Ask Rhett from yesterday. We don't always get Ask
Oh.
Rhett's, but sometimes people have. Oh, geez.
exciting.
All right, let's
Someone
do
was
this.
watching
I'm
them
ready.
from Western New York, which we love to
Ooh,
see.
Georgie.
Ryan, I love your show. You and Boomer Red are awesome. I'm a Sabres fan. I used to like Calgary when Phil Housley played there and had a jersey. A Housley jersey, I imagine. Just a question. Is Rhett as soft as the odds ice? Haha.
Soft in what way?
Well, what way was
Tender, emotional.
Am I fat, pudgy prick? Well, I used to be. I think I've tightened it up a little
He's
bit.
pretty
Did the
rock hard.
odd have bad ice?
Notoriously soft ice?
The odd was a dump,
Okay.
a real dump.
So when you got there, they were playing at.
This is the
new
thing
one?
that you do, like in today's world, professional sports, and I think hockey is
Mm.
finally catching up to the rest of them. When I started, there were guys making less than 6-digit salaries,
Crazy.
and we were flying commercial, and you were living in a 1-bedroom dump, and you were playing at the odd,
Not as sexy.
which is no better than Max Bell,
Just bigger.
a little bit bigger. actually probably worse off than
I forget who was telling me the story at the at the Zamboni Gate entrance. On a puck rim, if they would try and kick the dasher, like to time it, because you wouldn't see the puck. But if it was coming in, and then you try and kick it to see if it would spit out in front of the net for a scoring chance.
Pop the gate and sends it out. I love it.
Because there was, I don't know if the whatever it was.
Enough movement.
Yeah. The boards were
wiggling
so shitty you could affect the play by kicking the boards.
Impressive.
I'm not soft. I'm just old.
It's okay, man.
You know what? We're all getting old. It's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
But finally, being old feels like it's getting a little cooler. You know what I mean?
Well, you can try and sell yourself.
No. Check this out because they got jerseys for us and everything. Here we go. Ready? Okay, this is our goat jersey. So it's called the Goat Non-Athletics. Limpin' Ain't Easy. Got gout.
Good on him.
We don't usually pimp internet clothes.
Yeah,
I like the got goat athletic line.
Gonna call me one of those.
Limping ain't easy. Boy, I mean, knock on wood. It's been a long time since I've had a
We'll all knock on that.
gout flare up.
Jack, you ever had gout?
No, and I'm still not entirely sure what it is.
Yeah, no one
it's
really
just
is.
something
That's
you don't
part of
want.
goats.
That's all that you need to know.
You'll know soon enough.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Goat's undefeated. You'll get some at some point.
You'll be like, did I kick a cinder block without knowing it?
A nasty
Jesus, did
situation.
I? What the hell? Did I drop a anvil on my foot?
You'll be laying there trying to sleep, Jack, and you're like, did someone put my toe in a vice grip? You're like, oh no, that's just a linen sheet.
Yeah. Do I have is my foot in a vice? It's great.
How does that happen? Like, what's the?
Oh, it's
Nobody
science.
knows, Jack.
Uric
Nobody
acid,
knows.
Jack.
That's
It's
a
just
thought,
a
yeah.
buildup of uric acid.
Yeah.
It's not
Put you
a
on the colchicine right away, then they'll get you on the alpurinol if it becomes it's getting old, Jack. Get excited.
I'm pumped.
Catch the taste. Hey, Red, have you ever put a pool in the back of a moving truck?
I was
Done
so
this
hoping
one
we were
before.
over. Weren't you the one that asked about 11:45?
I said
I feel
11:45.
like we have
There's
watched
no
this
reason. We've totally done pools in the back of trucks.
Obviously. You think the wave pool's a good time? Look at this idiot.
Get your head.
I saw this on Yellowstone.
Pretty good
Fake
stuff.
laugh.
Oh,
Yeah, at some point you're going to catch something with an edge, and that's not going to be as fun. Finally, we'll close out with another dog for Dean because we want to end the Pinder Report on positive notes. We had the Zamboni dog yesterday. Today we bring you.
PAWS.
We bring you. That's very funny. One of the
Thanks.
greatest jumping dogs.
Spitfire.
This is Spitfire. Say hello.
Ready, go, 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 go!
Look at
Slow-mo video. See how wide the back legs are coming? Like, whew.
Is this what? He's trained.
He's show
Somebody
dog.
took time to train, and now they're
Papers.
videoing it in slow motion with dramatic music.
Watch this thing fly. Oh! Majestic, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna go home and watch more of these.
Now we go for
He's like
height.
the Michael Jordan of dock diving. Tom
They
Brady.
had an RV in the parking lot and like a
LeBron
$500,000 dog pool
He's
set
kind of like
up.
Babe Ruth.
Beautiful.
Can we go swimming in the pool? No, that's for the dogs.
dogs.
Yeah, that's
Not a
Spitfires.
swimming pool.
No, that's his office.
It's a dock dive
He's working.
landings area.
He's training for the Milan 27 dog games. There's Spitfire on a beautiful Wednesday, February the 11th. We get Friday the 13th soon.
That's right.
What you thought about that?
That's this Friday.
I do just because 14th Valentine's Day. So that's Friday the
That's a
13th.
good call, man. Village Honda. The Prelude's back. Rhett's excited.
Mhm.
Go get one for your wife, Rhett, for Valentine's Day.
Or your ex-girlfriend.
Yes, because she got a birthday coming up too.
March 4th.
Village Honda. Unlike Rhett's relationships, it's a dealership for life.
That's right.
How many of those can you remember, right?
Girlfriend's birthdays?
Yeah.
How do you know I remember? Maybe I'm just making it up.
It's a hell of a bit.
I say a lot of things.
Loud, yeah.
I mean, he's been consistent with the date.
There you go. Just go with confidence, and people aren't going to doubt
Drilling
you.
March 4th. This
Yeah.
every time. Blonde or brunette?
Hey, y'all. Golf is kind of having a moment right now, and not just in the traditional sense. What used to be buttoned up has opened into something way more cultural. You're seeing athletes from all kinds of different pro sports getting into golf, basketball, hockey, football players, even surfers using it's kind of their new competitive outlet, a way to hang out, just enjoy the game differently. It's a shift where Hurley and Levelware come together with a unique collaboration. Hurley, that laid-back board sports energy, and the collection pulls inspiration from Hawaiian and coastal prints, relaxed, expressive, and rooted in lifestyle. And Levelware takes that inspiration and brings it to life through performance-driven, sustainably made apparel that's actually built to move and play. The result is the Fair Waves collection. Modern golf silhouettes that feel lighter, more wearable, less rigid, respectful of the game's roots, but definitely not stuck in tradition. You can check all of it out. The collection is live, available on Levelware's website, levelware.com. Check out the polos, hoodies, hats, and casuals.
You could get me that for Halloween. Or for
Levelware.com.
Valentine's.
Halloween be a little early.
Halloween gift.
Halloween too.
Don't know if it's crazy enough. Everyone dresses up like.
I'm with Dean on this one, where they could probably throw the website under the.
It's a good website too.
I brought that up a week ago when you were
Perfectionist. Levelware.com is the website. Check out the gear. You wear the prints and the stuff like that, right? Like the Hawaiian kind of.
I like the Hawaiian vibes, the
Yeah.
floral vibes, the coastal vibes. Yeah,
Especially
that's got the Bills one. I mean, it's just fun, right?
Yeah.
Could you how could someone not want? Oh, it's too risky. What
You're
wanna
a
look
fun
like,
guy.
You want
That's
to
what
look
they
like
say.
there's a rod up your ass, or you want to look like
know.
you're having fun?
Loosen
Oh,
up.
Seriously, let's go.
Loosen up.
There's the Fairwaves collection right there. Look at that, Aaron.
I know. I want
Surfboard,
some.
golf bag. I like that one.
I need new gear. I
What's
can't
that
wear-
website?
Pineapples.
Can't wear Bill's stuff.
Levelware.com.
Hey,
Shoveler. Retro. Lots of pineapples. Bet365.
11:45. We're
Game props, player props, totals, the money line, whatever your bet is. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in the game. You must be 19 years of age or older.
Yeah.
Older.
Right. We got a couple Olympic bets, fellas.
Wow.
I think Czechia is going to surprise some people. I think the goaltending is a big part of it. Pamelka, Dostal, that top line can hang with anyone's when we're talking what? We had Natchez, Hurdle, Pasternak.
I'll tell you what'll help that is a early Finland loss.
100%.
Knocks them out of potentially the in there.
Well, I mean, different pools, but yes, it's
Top three for the tournament.
yep. And so what you need is Czechia to win a quarterfinal and get to semis and win a bronze game at worst. I think they can
So
do
they have
that.
to win like 5 games.
Probably do it by winning 4 even. Just make sure it's the right ones.
Right ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Go 2-1 and then 2.
Mhm.
Good for me. And I like Macklin Celebrini. If he's going to stay on this line with McDavid, what do you think he's going to be doing? I think he's going to get a lot of backdoor tap-ins, kind of like the way that everyone sees Zach Hyman just ramming the puck into the net at an incredible rate, Harry. I don't know if Zach Hyman does that if, say, he's playing on Michael
Right.
Backlund's line, for example. Celebrini to be the top goal scorer, not point getter, but goal scorer in the tournament. 18-1. McKinnon's very high up in this.
Yeah.
Pasternak's there. Obviously, you have the Matthews and Eichels. Those types are the Americans. But Celebrini a little bit sneaky. If he continues to play with McJesus, why not?
You like the number.
18-1.
It's a big number.
I like the player too.
I feel like if you played this tournament
I would-
18
you know,
times,
I'm
he'd
gonna
do it more than
I'm gonna
once.
say something that I don't normally say because it's in a positive light for an Edmonton Oiler. But I would have taken Hyman.
To this tournament.
It would make some sense.
I would have just said, "Yeah, you go." on."
Seth Jarvis,
That guy that you play with. How about you just?
you know how to play with him.
Yeah. You seem to be doing all right. Let's put you out there.
It was like when Chris Kunitz went.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was playing with
That's it.
Crosby
Yeah.
almost exclusively, and they just had a chemistry.
It's like us.
Yeah.
Great chemistry.
I know where you're going to be. I know what you're going to do.
Yeah. So when I go to the Olympics for loud and wrong,
Yep.
I need you guys there to support me.
Mhm.
We work together. You can team me up for my loud wrongs.
Yeah. Super chats.
Do we have any?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's a caring audience, our community. Love giving back. Youth Centers of Calgary going to benefit from today's Super Chats on the handshake line debate from Working Man 22. I love it, always have. Says a lot as competitors to have some class, even if you got your ass kicked. NFL example, Brady always going right to exits after big losses.
Tommy.
I've given my take. Get it? I can understand why some people like it, but being consoled by a bunch of guys that you just tried to kill.
All the fans like it, I think. But we've never been in that moment besides you, Red. So
There is that.
I didn't bother shaking. So.
Red has the unique perspective we don't know, but you would have a bunch of shakes at the end of the series. Just
Yeah.
What about when you win? Because obviously you're always talking about.
You know what else?
losing.
Like it's not a ton easier, but it's different if you lose in the first round than in the championship game or
For sure, it is.
seventh.
Yeah, the stakes are higher.
Right? Anyway, they're not going to change it, and there's nothing
No.
wrong with it. So go ahead until someone gets a fight, then they'll change it.
Almost you.
That happened in one of my daughter's ringette games. One player punched somebody.
Oh,
right in the
there's
head.
been some shoddy behavior in those. Yeah.
RB.
RB. Chernak.
Sure,
Is he-
snack.
Is he meaning Chervenka or maybe this is a
Draftable.
okay, so he's doing some
UFA.
homework. Chernak +1 today. Solid 6'3" UFA right hand D. Wee Biggle. Okay,
We got lots of right-handed D.
We do have a lot.
but we're rolling this roster over. It's good to have options. Keep
So
your eyes open.
he is 33.
Okay, good young
Up
prospect.
and comer.
I think this is the same guy.
Solid 6.
Yeah, he's at Slovakia at the Olympics.
yeah.
He's 33.
Okay,
Nice, +1.
so you could get a couple months out of him.
Just buy some brown bananas while you're
Yeah,
at
just enrage the fan base for playing him and not.
it. Oh, he's the best defenseman outside the NHL.
What the fuck are we doing? Prex sitting for this guy. Chervenka may score 10 goals for less than 10.5 million.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
That's a great point by you, because that is a factual statement, but that doesn't mean that's a good decision.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So level-headed today.
Oh yeah, that's because I don't have my insulin levels.
Yeah.
It's because you got his F
Because I'm about to pass right out.
the referees done in the pre-show. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah. Thank you, R&B. See, 279 every time. Is that just
Something like that, yeah. JP 1176.99. Pinder, they brought the same team in 06 as it was in 02.
Oh,
There were 15 new players on the 06 team.
I think what I was trying
Loud
to say
wrong.
was there was just an old group.
I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention. So
I'm gonna look at that 016. How do you not take, you don't bring Sid?
I would put my money
You
on
don't bring Sid?
JP being correct.
I think JP's probably right.
He's probably right.
Again,
He's sticking his neck out with 15 new players.
it's a lot.
It's a specific number.
He's either loud wrong or I'm loud wrong. I'll say that.
One of you is loud wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
I think I know where I'm putting my 699
Yeah.
at this point.
Thank you, JP.
JP, it's hard when you're in the middle of a show. You're kind of, you don't know where
Time to
where
research
the
this
conversations are going to
everything
go. You can't
ever.
have everything. It's just very hard.
I recall being underwhelmed with an old roster, but to JP's point, maybe it was just an old bunch of newcomers.
Well, I know you'll look for it.
We'll do our best to defend a horrible take.
RB 279 Boomer Uyghur is a #1 defenseman
boy, you can't argue
and minus
this.
32 at age 32.
Really, I don't think this is where you want to plant your flag.
Is that a loud wrong, or is this guy?
What did
just
I say
hating?
earlier?
Well, it's-
2 wrongs don't make a right.
That's true.
True, and I don't think you need to bring a 33-year-old over to help you out. I think that.
No, I
kids-
think this goes back to the whole thing. At the start of the season, I said I liked Uyghur. I had Uyghur ahead of Anderson in terms of the Flames' depth.
No one believes
And
Not-
he was better last year.
Not to say he was a #1 defenseman. I just said that I thought he was their best D-man, and he's had a horrible year. And Rasmus has been great.
He's not far removed from top pair defenseman play. He isn't. He had 20 goals here a couple of years ago. He had a much better year last year. It's been a down year.
It's been a
And
bad
Just like Rasmus had a down year last year, and he was in the green jacket running.
Yeah. So there you go. Loud wrong, or medium volume wrong. I was wrong. Bullock Racing $31.50.
Wow, 50.
Back to the goalie topic. When I was growing up, Hockey Calgary, Marcoux and Noodles would do clinics at the Dome for coaches and young goalies to watch. Are skills clinics still happening like this?
Oh,
Always thought it was great. They did that for us kids and coaches.
of course, they're 10 grand drop in. We can get, we still got spots.
Yeah.
Spots available.
You're low on cash, they'll take in Oregon. So they'll just take that thing, throw it in a box of ice.
Yeah, if you
sell
don't
it on
want
the
to
market.
donate your hard-earned cash, we'll sign. You can sign under our agency,
Nice. There you
and
go.
we'll take 10%.
You put $50 down.
I'm not.
So I'll say this: I've got a 10-year-old. The association subsidizes a weekly goalie thing, but it's still out of pocket, but not nearly as expensive as it would be going full private. And there are Hockey Calgary sponsored coach speaking series. I'm sure at least one a year would be goalie themed. Like I know
they just
Huska
had- they
spoke
just
to a bunch
had
of
it. I
coaches a
think
few
it was
months
in
ago,
early January.
and there's another one more recently. So there are lots of resources out there. But again, there's also thousands of goalies in Calgary.
Yeah, there's lots of resources. All of them are not free.
That's correct. Most of them cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that is the one underlying.
Also, a
theme.
big issue with the sport in general.
Yes.
Ryan, your son that plays goalie, who is
Yeah.
his favorite goalie?
Dad.
Macklin Celebrini.
He's like a big numbers nerd, so he's always leaning towards like the Vasilevskis or someone that's posting big numbers. So
Where he'd come by that.
I don't know that he'd tell him where how he plays or anything, but he just looks. He likes that guy's got a good save percentage. He's good. I like him.
That tracks.
Numbers guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Bullock, for the 50.
$50 for the kids. Love
Very
it.
nice.
Socius 19, $10. Saw an article by Woodley.
Yeah.
He said the CHL doesn't have reasonably paid goalie coaches, if the team even has one. In the NCAA, MHL, etc., they have top-end,
The hell's the
well-paid,
MHL?
and dedicated goalie coaches.
MHL, I believe, is the junior equivalent in Russia. This is a very unpopular take, and it bothers people because there's so much history attached to it. I don't think the CHL model is the best model anymore. It's too diluted. You got 60 teams, and you might have a couple superstars per conference rather than all under one roof,
I don't
like
mind.
the national development team program.
I don't
It doesn't
mind-
mean it's a bad model.
I don't mind your comment.
Yeah.
But I don't like your reason. It might not be the best model, but saying it's too diluted, there's 32 NHL teams now as well.
Yeah.
And there's no reason that you should only have 10 CHL teams. And now you've eliminated once again all the kids that are trying to get there and cut their legs off because they got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the number of franchises is wrong. I'm just saying if you wanted to work with the best Canadian goalies and get them into a lab,
I would say this.
There's 120 of them in the CHL. You'd like to condense it more than that in theory, right?
Well, yes, but I would say this, that the funding that CHL has isn't enough. And I don't know how to fix that issue because I'll tell you what, the Swift Current Broncos would love to have David Marcoux as their NHL coach.
Right.
But guess what David Marcoux is not going to do? Go make 10 grand doing it.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you've got your London Knights and Kelowna
Right?
Rockets,
So
and other
it's-
teams that can afford very high end. It's the
yeah.
haves and have-nots. There's a big gap there. in the CHL.
100%
That's an issue.
huge haves and have-nots in junior hockey. And I have no idea how to fix it, but it's the truth. And part that is what you're just saying. That's why you can't go get a top-end NHL guy, goaltending coach
No.
for
They don't have the budget. most of these
$12
teams.
an hour, right? It just doesn't happen. You'd be lucky if someone was from, and I'm using Swift Current as an example because I grew up near there and I know how they struggle with it. Maybe there was an NHL goalie that came through Swift Current and retired back at home.
Yeah, get back.
Swift Current's a tough sell, but possible.
Even talking to Mike Soroka, who was in town over the winter, we had a couple buddies were yakking with him and saying, like, what are the sports science guys like in Major League Baseball? And he's like, surprisingly bad because the teams don't pay well and they start their own training facilities and go private.
Yeah.
And so even with Major League Baseball, we're talking about probably a 10 to $15 billion a year industry. They're still not paying for the top end sports science, because guys can just go make up more going off on their own. And that's probably what you're seeing in the goalie space. If I start Pinder's a moron, loud, wrong goalie school, I'm probably going to make more running that than taking a salary from whatever team can afford to pay me.
And you get to set your own time hours.
Totally.
There's some real serious
That's a lot of sports
chatter
yeah.
today. Like thoughtful stuff.
Yeah.
Dean's
Scientifical for sure.
Yeah,
Dean's been captivated by it. He loves this talk.
Yeah.
Spellbound, you could say.
Yeah, he lives it. He breathes it. This is the kind of stuff that
Dean's setting his alarm early. He's got his pregame routine tomorrow. He's going to get his helmet on for
just,
Team
you're
Canada.
throwing nitro into the gas tank.
Yeah.
And stuff.
No, the goalie, the what's wrong with Canadian goalies and how do we fix goalies? I'm there for it.
You're here to fix the problem.
Oh man,
Thank you.
I can't wait. As soon as I wrap this shit up,
Oh, he's going to get his
I'm
voice
going
heard.
over to
It's not-
Father David Bauer. I'm going to grab some people. We're going to sit down.
I think
We're
they're
going
at
to talk
Win-
this
I think
shit
they're
out.
at Winsport now.
Whatever. Yeah. So I'll go there too.
I'll go
Yeah.
anywhere. Yeah.
I'll start at Father David Bauer, then I'll go out there. Just grab anybody that doesn't have a goalie pads when they walk in. What the fuck? Why aren't you playing goal? Why aren't you playing? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Talk to me. Sit down, son.
Okay.
Sit down. Why aren't you
Have you
goalie?
seen that chart Pinder had in the show 2
Huh?
days ago?
Are you trying to kill this country?
What are you doing?
Huh? Build pipelines, get goalies. Let's go here.
We need a silo. Get all you fuckers together. Yeah, sorry guys. It's hard for me to get to. Involved.
That's all right. We just need content for the beast.
Yeah.
Feed the beast.
Jack.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I can
No,
I can do it after.
What do you got?
I'm not pissing around here. If I'm coming at 8:30 tomorrow, something's coming with me. What am I bringing? What are we doing? This is not. We're gonna have jerseys. Are we wearing jerseys? You got a jersey, Jack? If you wear your American jersey, you're gonna throw you through the window.
Oh,
What are we doing?
window.
Winda.
That's the window, boy.
America. What are we doing?
Well, you're bringing breakfast. I can bring around a coffees for everyone if you like that. Maybe Americano, something like that. You got a coffee station.
glug glug. So-
Yeah. Is that what you were talking about? Like food, this sort of thing?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna make a
Amenities.
festival of
Yeah.
it, right? It's the Olympics. It's
Yeah,
a
it's the
festival.
Red Street Festival.
We're allowed to say that word. I
Yeah.
said it. Damn it.
Festival? Yeah, whatever we want to do. That's whew.
Let's go all out.
You make some buns.
Oh, it's not really a breakfast,
Breakfast
thing,
bun?
but
Well, we put some bacon and all.
yeah. Bacon.
Well, I guess after the show we'll talk about
Yeah, we'll have a good little
our
meeting.
team meeting. We
Yeah.
I love
Summit.
Tuesdays meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
Wednesday.
meeting Tuesdays.
Yeah, those Tuesday, Wednesday.
Breakfast sandwich, yes.
8:30 start?
8:30. Well, the
Son.
game's at 8:40, right?
Yeah, son of a gun. That's ooh.
Why are we starting early?
And are we staying on till the
Yeah, we got to do the whole game.
So what are we starting 10 minutes early for? That's 10 minutes.
God, he's a
Eight-
ball buster. Like, well,
We're saying 8:30 because
Yes.
if we say 8:30, we'll actually start by 8:40.
8:45.
talking
Yeah.
to you. We're trying to give it to Jack.
Yeah.
But
I got to figure it out.
All right.
yeah, you got to figure it out.
Jack?
Yeah.
How was the show today?
Best of the week.
What?
Well, that's a low bar.
Yep.
I think it was, but it's a low bar. And we
Take
cheat
what you
and
will.
we cheated.
Best of the week?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Oh, not even close. But we cheated.
Why?
Noodles.
See a cheat?
Yeah, but we used noodles for boring talk.
I don't think so. I think people liked it.
Oof.
That was-
You find it boring,
Find it yeah. Numbing.
but you also don't like Game of Thrones, which people loved, and you won't eat meatloaf, which is weird and
Meatloaf's
awkward.
good. You should try meatloaf. Give it a
And you
try.
hate lamb. I don't understand. So who's weird?
What would you say
Me, I guess.
you
Yeah.
like?
Oh, he
Yeah.
likes buns.
Me,
Oh,
I
that
guess.
popcorn was great.
Oh, you had popcorn last night?
Did you have some popcorn?
Yep.
I'm
Yep,
having
yep, yep.
popcorn tonight just because
Oh,
of you, Jack.
damn it. That sounds great right
Nice.
Oh, wait. Maybe popcorn for breakfast.
Have some
Yeah.
popcorn in here?
Yeah.
now. Should I bring
Eh?
a popcorn machine in?
That's not a bad idea. We should have one here anyway.
We should have one here
When
in
Jack
here.
has
Is it,
sleepovers
did
with
anyone-
his friends.
Did everyone buy butter last week? Who's bringing the butter?
Tuesday.
Jack, you have a sleepover?
Right. Well, tomorrow, yeah. So again, programming alert. Early showtime tomorrow, early start time.
Early start.
But again, if you kind of
Just
just
an atom.
We'll be on at normal time as
if you
well.
watch on YouTube and you turn, they already started getting just do one of those things with your thumb and it goes right back to the beginning.
Unless you were going to, PVR that candidate. Well, no,
Whatever,
no.
yeah.
It's-
There'll be some
careful.
spoilers, I
There's
guess.
gonna be
right,
spoiler
yeah.
alerts.
if you've got your VHS set to start the 8:30 start there and 8:40, then we're probably going to give away some tidbits about what's going on.
Timbit's not a bad idea.
So we're going to just turn the cameras that way and watch the game.
Yeah, why not?
And call that the show. I like that.
Like we do a Pinder Report at the intermission.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Maybe we do a bet at the beginning. I don't know.
I like that.
Ooh, before it starts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. God, he's smart, eh?
All right, let's get out of here.
All this book reading's going
Sounds
right
like
to
we got it
us.
all figured.
All right, Reds hungry, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, buddies.
Way longer than we're supposed to.
See you, buddies.